tonight we're going to review our college football playoff picks that we made, what was that, 9-10 weeks ago now? Yeah, we're going to do that tonight. We are going to give you guys an update on the Battle of the Chi-Chi, the Chi-Chi's Challenge. We are going to go over the presidential betting odds for the final time, if you can believe that. Final time. Of course, we've got beer. I'm JT. We are the 50,000 watt voice of the numbers guys, and this show is BS on a Wednesday. Are you guys ready?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Ready, dope.
All right, let's do it.
This is the 50,000 watt voice of the numbers guys in the Motor City.
And now, live from Studio 8B, it's time to BS with the guys.
Well, what is going on, Numbers Nation? Hey, listen, if you're seeing us on YouTube, man, it's so great to be with you. And if you're catching us live, please feel free to chime in the chat and say hello. Yeah, we'd love to hear from you.
Are we supposed to be here today?
That's weird, isn't it?
It's like a time warp.
Somehow our odds board went off.
Special.
It's like ghosts in the machine tonight. Can't find my other glasses.
Must be because the spirits are out. It's like
I'm
we
gonna
moved
fix
today
that.
or something.
It's like a sliver moon out there.
Yeah, something's going on.
Special hump day episode.
Special hump day episode. Mm-hmm. All right, for all you humpers out there. Hey, and if you would prefer to text us instead of chiming in the chat, you can do that. That number is going to be TNG Live 007, also known as 864-548-3007. And if we provide you guys any sort of value tonight, maybe it's just because we're going to catch you up on the presidential election betting odds. Maybe it's just purely entertainment because we're a pretty entertaining group.
Mm-hmm. Heard that
Depends on
before.
who you're asking. Mm-hmm. Please feel free to give this video a like. We'd really like that. It's a thumbs up. Looks like that. And or your subscription would be big league appreciated. And with me now for the entire hour, to my right, your left, we got the D-Dub.
New mic?
It's red in honor of the election.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Fisher Price?
No, this is not a Fisher Price.
That's a bipartisan color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had the blue windscreen on it last time, but you made fun of that.
Oh.
So I'm trying to avoid your.
The more you can block your
ire.
face, the more it's
Yeah,
appreciated.
it's a pretty wide thing.
You're looking like Wilson from.
Home Improvement? Sure. I'm going to go fix this TV.
Oh, you're leaving us.
Yeah, I'm going for 1 minute.
Oh, okay.
You can you can say a lot about Jim, but you can't talk shit about his microphone.
Oh, fuck.
He took that personally. As
He's
Mike
out of
always-
here. He's like, it's his favorite microphone.
That's an attack of his manlyhood. We were talking about his microphones.
I guess I'll take over here, guys. What a crazy couple days we've had.
Yeah.
It's not so easy now, is it? We'll do it live. It was hot the last couple days. Where'd this temperature change come from?
Almost touched 80 today on
That's whack.
Angels evening here. So
Angels Night.
Nah,
We used
no
to call
throwing
it.
eggs. That's what they used to do in the 80s and 90s.
Used to
kids.
call it
We
Devil's
don't do
Night
that.
here when I was a kid.
We don't egg houses anymore.
Get
or
up
break
on your
glasses,
roof
windows.
and binoculars and monitor the situation.
Yeah.
You know, it figures like our kids are a little too old now. Well, maybe you're youngest, Joe, but when I took my kids trick or treating, it was 32 degrees and raining. And maybe snowing.
I remember some snowy days.
Oh, yeah.
Mixed in.
Bubbling.
Now it's 78 degrees for everybody.
Wearing heavy coats over the costumes. I remember
Yeah,
that.
heavy coats.
few
Is it
years
going to
back.
be warm tomorrow too?
It's going to be on the warmer
70,
side. Yeah.
Mid-afternoon rain. It should clear up, hopefully, for the trick-or-treaters out there. Okay. So, not too bad.
Not
too
bad at all.
As long,
I
as,
mean, that's
as long as those drizzle stops by 5:30ish, we'll be good to roll.
Devil's Night. I heard though on the East Coast they call it Mischief Night.
Shift night.
So I guess just depends on where you
How
grew
about
up at.
New Orleans? What do they call it? 'Cause they have like voodoo stuff
We're
down
gonna
there,
get
right?
Rich's impersonation.
Oh, we got to
again.
ask our girlfriend. She probably
Tia.
gives us some insight on that.
I bet she could.
It's
You know
probably-
all the graves over there in Louisiana above seawater, above ground because of the sea level.
They don't want them floating around when hurricanes come
I
by.
guess that's what it is. Although I think it still happened in Katrina.
I think so.
Gross. I don't like that. I like my dead
I don't like
under the
floaty
ground.
I don't like floaty dead people.
Jimmy, the show has got off topic a little bit since you left.
Yeah, that's what I assumed that was going to happen. We got
Off the
Jorel in the
hinges.
chat, though. He says, "We-oh."
Jorel checks in every day to make sure we didn't start the episode early.
Yeah, for sure.
What up, Jorel?
Rich,
Yeah.
did you introduce
I didn't
Tone to
introduce
my
my
friend, dear
absence, or
Anthony.
Rich? Oh,
He
okay.
had plenty of time to
I
introduce. He
had
just
comments.
talked.
Longest friend
We were
I've
down
had.
for the Lions game, right, Rich, downtown. It was happening. There's a buzz in the air.
It was a
Lots of-
very interesting game, too, on top of it.
Lots of
Like,
drinking, lots of points.
Too many times you see a 50 burger dropped out
Most
there.
points per yardage in the history of the NFL.
Weird game, too, right? Because they didn't really do anything offensively.
No,
And they scored 52.
I don't know. That was the craziest 52 points I think I've ever seen.
You would think after a while you maybe stop punting or kicking to the guy.
Yeah.
That would have been smart. Yeah.
Or maybe on 1st and 1 from the goal, at the goal, you might want to run it one time.
Khalif looked like
Right?
Devin Hester back there.
He sure did, man.
That's
An
what that was
impressive
about.
special teams performance from the Leos, as Tones might call them.
So before that, though, it was 14-14, right?
Yeah.
And Rudolph Mason. What's his name? Mason Rudolph. He juked a guy on a bootleg
That
Yeah.
was wild.
pretty badly. So then you think you maybe throw him and Pollard out in the open, see what happens from the one time.
Yeah, they couldn't do it.
That was a big play because it would have been 35-21 at halftime, and they got the ball first. So that I don't know, whoever the coach of the Titans is, that guy's trash.
They folded in the second half, though.
Like a cheap suit.
Like a 1970s trifold lawn chair.
It was kind of like just a overall like good time party. It wasn't like I don't feel like there was a lot of stress on the game. You know, it was just everybody's just like kind of hanging out, having a good time. It was just like a different. It wasn't like a big time prime time game
No.
atmosphere. It was more like come downtown and I know you
You know,
go to
everybody's
games,
just
so-
drinking and in a good mood, just expecting
mood, yeah.
we're getting the dub. Let's just have fun and drink to where our minds are blown up, and we're gonna win. Nobody had any stress. Couple trap game people walking around, but I'm like, nah, I don't think it's gonna happen to the Lions. So
But they did make Calvin Ridley look
yeah, for
like
a quarter,
fantasy
so,
option again
yeah.
for a quarter.
Yeah. Yeah, the defense didn't look too impressive. Either that or maybe the Titans' offense looked better than maybe we would have thought.
They weren't too good, but they gave up a ton of yards, but they got a ton of turnovers too. So it's,
turnovers
Sure.
and they stopped them in the red zone a few times.
but yeah, I think we're all hoping they hit that defensive line this week with a trade.
I had some inside combos with higher ups in the Lions organization, and
Yeah, tell us.
Jorel?
I hear there's stuff brewing. Can't give out my sources and specifics, but there's stuff brewing, and fully anticipate something's going to happen in the next few days here. So
If you follow Jorel Petree on Facebook, Jimmy, you'll get a lot of insight on some of that stuff. Very interesting.
Well, I should do that. I don't know. Tones, we don't want to divulge the source, but let's just say it's, did you say a higher up?
higher ups in the
Probably like
Lions organization.
if you were like up with the Lords, maybe.
Yeah, the Lords.
Right.
Stacy,
up
maybe?
that high. Up that high. It's pretty high.
I was up there.
Yeah. Well, they're not coming on the show. Let me catch up here in the chat, and then we'll get into libation. We got Realtor Lauren. What's going on, Realtor Lauren? I haven't seen you in a while, Realtor. In person, I mean. She said it was weird to get sick of the touchdown song. LOL.
That never gets
That-
old.
Yeah.
Never gets old.
She's never thought that would happen in a Lions game.
Yeah. Well, we had 8 renditions of 9 at the end of
A
the
few
game.
years
too.
ago, people prayed to hear that one time. So I played as often as they like.
Sure.
He never lost his voice though.
And then Snoop in the chat saying, take New England +3 versus Tennessee. The Lions' opponent always lose the following week. We'll have to see what happens there.
Snoop, I lost my daughter's college fund on UNLV last week, so whatever.
Got to rebuild somewhere.
Whatever, man.
Right. It happens. Hey,
rebuild.
you took care of the intros, right? So we're done with that part?
I think so.
Yeah.
Tasty beers or fine bourbons for our faithfuls to try.
We gotta get
Nation
the
exploration with the numbers guys.
And we are back in Studio 8B. D-Dub just reminded me we're going without an itinerary tonight.
without a net.
Yes, no safety net because a printer here at the studio is broken.
Not
So I
naming
couldn't
names.
print this out and not naming names. Double D. Way to fuck that thing up. There's a bunch of parts that are outside the printer and I don't know where.
It looked like from the movie Office Space, like that Indian fellow do a couple drop kicks on it. Or something.
Michael Bolton.
He can take apart your carburetor, no problem, but putting that printer back together could.
I thought you guys were having a part sale out there.
It's something. It's something. I think it's going to have to be a new printer. I think that's what
we have a rage room. Our backup conference room's a rage room.
Yes. Yeah.
Bust things up.
Like old teacups and shit in there.
I'll pay for an hour in there.
Oh, yeah. It's a good time. It's a good time. All right. D-Dub just reminded me we need to get our top picks. And if anybody's got a top pick for anything going off tonight, go ahead, D-Dub.
I got Kennesaw State getting 24.5.
Kennesaw State. What's their nickname?
Kennesaw Owls.
I thought it was the Kennesaw Hacksaws.
That'd be even better.
Yeah, it would be.
Are they the Owls?
I want to say yes.
Oh, props to
Yes. Kennesaw State Owls getting 24.5. You can find that at MGM at -115. I got the Dodgers tonight too, plus 130.
Well,
I think you got to get that at Caesars, I want to say. Let's call it Caesars. 8:08 tip-off.
8:08. I got this on the screen over here. I got it going on over here. Tones, you got anything tonight?
Nothing tonight. Nope. I'm good.
Nothing here, sir. I had Dodgers last night, though. Did you know that teams that were up 3-0 in the World Series were 27-4? And they blew it
Wow.
last night.
Oh, to win it's a sweep?
To sweep. In baseball. I don't know about
Yeah,
other
I
sports.
did not
but
know that.
Yeah, so I thought that was a great pick. And they were getting plus yesterday going against a rookie, I think. So it seemed like perfect.
They're getting
Wager.
plus tonight with their
They were getting plus
favorite
tonight, too.
starter going.
Who's that? Hideki Nomo? Fernando?
Venezuela.
Venezuela, yeah.
Rest in peace.
R.I.P.
Fernando Mania.
Fernando.
It's the former Tiger Flaherty. What is his name?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Jack.
Jack Flaherty.
Who will be
Jack Florida.
Jumping Jack
I
Flaherty.
predict will be a reacquired Tiger.
There you go.
in a
That'd be
month or
good.
two.
They're saying JV too.
JV and
Bring them
Flaherty.
all back.
Package deal.
Let's get Max back.
What about the
Max.
guy with the different colored eyes?
Yeah, Max.
I would bring back Uga Turbina. One of my
I'm
favorite.
sure the Rangers give him away for nothing.
There's a machete out there waiting for somebody
What's Rick? What's his Porcello doing these days?
I haven't heard
selling
from
cars at.
How about Fister? I liked some
Oh,
Doug
yeah.
Fister.
You just like the
Everybody
name.
likes him.
because
I
I
like
know,
the name.
I know how you are. I know you.
How about didn't they have a guy Gio something? GIO.
Or Shella.
What's that?
Wow.
That was this year.
Oh, that was the pitcher?
This is going back right after.
Gio, what was his name?
I forget.
Bonderman's probably not doing much.
No, Gio Gonzalez. Was it Gonzalez?
Bonderman? That'd be a good one.
How about Nate Robertson?
Nate.
Let's just name every Tiger from
Yeah,
2006 to
this is probably pretty entertaining for the folks. Let me catch up here on the chat real quick, too. Hey, Lauren says we can always hang out. Yeah, especially with the missus. Absolutely. The missus would like to hang out, I'm sure. In fact, this Saturday, I think we're going somewhere. I don't know where yet. Somewhere in Detroit.
Oh, City Club.
No, I don't think it's a city club. What did I say it was? Was some goblin thing or goblin?
The
Googly
gobbly
goblins? Goblin
Is it
gooker?
Googly Goblin?
You going for a Halloween thing?
Yeah,
After
there's a
Halloween?
after Halloween. Yeah, it goes through the November 3rd. I think
It'd
it is.
be All Saints Day, I believe.
Could be. Could be. Also, we got Snoop. Oh no, I'm sorry. Silk. I get Silk and Snoop confused. I don't know how.
That's
Yeah,
very tough.
he says the white Sharpie got him last week, and what's up? That's what he says. Snoop is talking about his tickler. Not sure what a tickler is, but Oklahoma, Pittsburgh, and Philly. That's a pretty good percentage. Oklahoma Thunder, to clarify. And then he also apologizes to you, Dub. Sorry if that was the only pick you took, the UNLV,
Thank
because
you.
the other ones won.
Sorry you don't cut it when you lose in college funds, Snoop.
Yeah.
You can at least give this guy a MAGA hat for something.
Jimmy, can you ask Jorel out there in the chat?
Yeah.
Can you ask him?
Jarrell, pay attention here, buddy.
Can you ask him? Should the Lions trade Hooker for the
Max?
Red Rocket?
I know the answer is no.
No.
He's going to say no.
Hooker's untouchable in Jarrell's eyes.
Yeah. He is.
Looking for a stronger backup quarterback.
Let's get some beer. Does anybody have any beer?
Oh,
Oh, where do we get there?
yes, sir. Brought to you by Loaded dice.
Loaded dice.
Ever heard tell of them,
They
Jimmy?
call you the loaded. No, that's not right. This is loaded dice.
That looks like mega beer.
Sweating a bit.
It's okay. Sweating to the oldies.
Yes, sir.
Cascades, Michigan.
Cabras Rare had
Chinook.
dice in the mirror.
Yeah.
Name of this beer is My First Bet,
Okay.
which is why I picked it.
That's a smart
I
call.
thought that had
Very
a little
first bet.
bit of symbolism.
Does it have to do with sports gambling?
It says here, everyone remembers their first introduction to craft beer. For our owner, it was back in his bartending days. He would stash away a sixer of a popular pale ale in the back of the cooler just for him while he slung bottles of domesticated light beers.
What was that? Slanged?
Slung.
Slung. Is that right?
Slunged.
Slanged?
You're going to have to consult
Slinged.
your local Webster's Dictionary.
No, I'll look that one up.
So
My-
the owner is a Frosters.
my
We've
first-
established that.
My first bet has the familiar hop profile that you find in classic California pale ales,
Classic.
with a bit of a twist by adding Michigan Chinook hops.
You know, I just tasted this. I thought, I'm like, Chinook.
I thought
Gotta
you
be
might say that.
Yeah,
What
gotta be
is a
Chinook.
Chinook?
Yeah, where do they grow?
I
Chinook?
believe they were a tribe on the western part of the state in the early 1600s.
Well, Nanook is an Eskimo, right? That was in a Frank Zappa song
I
anyway.
don't think
I
that's
was kinda-
politically correct anymore, Jimmy.
I was thinking like a
Inuit?
military helicopter.
Chinook. Oh,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
is that, what is that?
A Chinook? Yeah.
Is that what that is?
Even if you're
Shincock.
listening, tell us what helicopter we're thinking of.
It's got a smell of a IPA.
Who wants to play Name That Helicopter?
Ooh, it's a little,
No?
strong for the tongue spice there.
This I tried to find this on the website. I can only find it on Untapped. 58 IBUs, only 5% ABV though. That's a little low for you, D-Dub.
Yeah, you're not really in my wheelhouse when you're talking about. Actually, it was only like $3 a can though, so 5% for $3
Yeah, do the math on that.
on 16 ounces. Jimmy, what do you think? You're the IPA expert.
Well, while you guys are tasting this, here is our rating scale. 5, you're driving across town for this stuff. 4, you're going to buy it without hesitation. 3, you're going to not kick it out of bed. 2, you'll choke it down for the show so you don't look like a bitch. And 1 is a hard pass. And I would give this a 3.754.
I thought you would be low fours.
It's good.
Really low for Jimmy.
That is low for Jim.
His scale really only goes between, what's the 3 again?
3, 5, and 5 is pretty much my
Okay.
scale for beer, but it's good. It's good.
Yeah, I give it a 3.5 typical IPA. Anthony?
A little on the stronger side for me. That taste kind of lingers a little bit, a little strong. So 3-1-ish. That's what I'm going to go with there.
You can get this bad boy in Troy, Michigan. Did you fellas know that?
Well,
I did not.
Did not know that.
Is that where,
Did you get it from the
is that where it's
brewery,
brewed?
Darryl?
I got it from Rochester, Michigan. They're bitter rivals.
Ooh,
Bitter hoppy rivals.
hoppy rivals.
they share a border, I believe. Right?
I think you're
They do.
right.
They're thinking about putting a wall there, I hear.
Wow.
Yeah,
Loaded Dice Brewery.
There's no wall. There's no city borders.
that's very true.
The secret to them walls is they got to go a certain amount of feet below
Yeah.
land.
Build the wall.
Some people know how to dig, too.
Preferably all the way down to sea level.
Yeah, where the people aren't buried in knowledge. Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah, a lot of sea level talk.
Yes.
Richie, what do you think of this one?
I was
though?
thinking when it was red, I was going to get some cherry in there, but no cherry.
You wish.
Yes.
Disappointed about that.
Shincock cherries.
I mean, I'm with you guys. There's nothing special about this beer. It's run of the mill IPA 3.6.
That can's a 5, though.
Cool can. I
5
do,
all day.
Yeah, cool can.
I do rate the can highly.
I would like to know what a Chinook is.
Yeah, I would too. It's lacking in the alcohol department, I think. Don't you think? I mean,
Yes.
I could see this being, if it was a 7.5, I'd probably give it a 4, right?
This is what I call an all day IPA.
Yeah. Yeah,
What
one
about
of those.
Blackhawk? Is Blackhawk a helicopter?
Yeah, definitely.
Blackhawk down?
Definitely.
It's a good bacon.
Shincock is the
Kevin Bacon?
one I'm thinking is the two propellers.
Oh, yeah, I know what
Where
you're
it goes
talking about.
transport,
That's called a shin cock?
something like that. Chinook or Shincock.
Oh, a Chinook?
Something like that.
Huh. I don't know. Any military
Gary,
folks in the...
Snoop, correct us on that.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to get to chat. Then we're gonna move on here. We got a lot to cover tonight, and it's a Wednesday. So we got Snoop says, oh, he likes the fan that stole the ball out of the mitt. And then Jorel has the Yankees over and Soto to get a hit. Kind of like that one. And then he also is responding to you here. He says, this is Silk. I don't know how we don't send that offer and get it. I'd be down to give Hooker and a first, but not 2 picks. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then also think we should be looking Cortland Sutton.
But the problem is then if Goff goes down, are we totally jacked? You're putting your everything on the line.
I think you are anyways this year.
Exactly, yeah.
Cortland Sutton, is he on the Broncos?
Yes, he
Aren't
is.
they like 5-3?
Yes,
You
he
can
is.
trade no Cortland Sutton.
Yeah, why would
He's
they?
kind of like...
That's what I was thinking. Why would they be moving?
He might be in the doghouse over there in Denver.
Try again.
Tones, you want to take a second here? I happened to pull this up
What's that?
before the show here.
Okay.
Your front yard?
Yes.
Your front yard looks like some sort of fucking thing from like a theme park or something.
I spent a few hours on it with my Mikey.
It's like Willy Wonka
Right.
does Halloween.
Yeah.
My middle child has loved Halloween decorations or any holiday decorations since he was like 3. He would just when he was little, he would walk around and plug in inflatables all over the place in our basement. He would get plugs and put splits on them and just have them all over the place. I go downstairs and there's blow ups all over. There's like a 3-year-old is like rewiring my basement. This is par for the course for us. Christmas we do the same thing, if not bigger. And in between, we have a few big turkeys we throw out just for a couple weeks for Thanksgiving in transition. That's the only transition that I do.
Now, is this like National Lampoons when you turn these on, like the power dims?
I mean, this is crazy.
Yeah. It's not as bad as you would think on the electric. The pool is a lot worse on the electric bill than the blow-ups. But it's still, in December and November, I should be having some relief from electricity usage. I don't get that relief until like January. So.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. If you guys want to see the whole thing, check it out on YouTube. It's at Mikey's Holiday Inflatables 8228.
Yeah, he picked up a few.
8228.
Few subscribers?
Yeah, a few subscribers. He's got 132,000 views total on his videos.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
My
That's
daughter,
awesome.
my daughter said it was cool that he has not 1 but 2 pumpkin stacks.
Oh yeah, he liked it. So he does unboxing videos too. So when he does buy a blow up from Home Depot or Lowe's, whatever, he'll open the box, kind of explain what it is, and plug it in and check it out. So we do a lot of those on there too, unboxing videos. So
This is his quote was, "This is our second pumpkin stack."
yeah, it's like
Because everybody has to have 2.
you gotta have 2 stacks.
Oh, Chris Pena's in the chat. Hey,
Hey,
team. What up,
Pena.
Chris? He wants
That's Georgia.
Yeah, he's from Georgia, all the way from Georgia.
We're trying to get all 50 states in the chat tonight,
Yeah, let's see
That's-
if we can get there.
and both
got
countries.
2.
Both countries.
We got 2 states represented. Hey, sorry to hear about what happened in Atlanta yesterday. Did you guys see that? With that guy shooting out of the hotel? Was that yesterday or 2 days ago, maybe?
I did not
What?
know that. No.
Did not hear this.
Yeah. Apparently somebody was fired a shot out of a window
Ooh,
in Atlanta.
not cool.
Hate to hear that.
Terrible. He wants to know. He wants to know if there's any 3D printed Halloween decorations.
My oldest has printed out some cool retractable swords. Like, awesome. I should have brought one in, but he's got these swords that he's made that it just retracts all the way in. You can just fling it and it pops up, and he's printing it for his friends and neighbors and stuff. So like that, for Halloween, he's been passing out some swords to everybody. Yeah,
In case Kamala takes our guns away.
yeah, we have to fight back somehow.
Yeah.
You passing out insurance liabilities with those?
Sometimes, if
3D printed
know
insurance
a guy.
policies.
if we have to coordinate a revolt with Snoop, we need swords.
Yeah.
We need swords.
Speaking of Snoop, by the way, Chris says that you may need to invest in solar panels next year with all that shit, right?
Yeah,
25% tax credit on those.
Pay for themselves.
They do.
the Trump New Deal.
Is that true?
Yeah.
25% tax
I think actually, if Trump gets back
Yes, sir.
in, everybody's solar panels.
God, kicked to the curb.
No, they harm the whales.
Dooley's gonna bust them
Whatnot?
all up with his foot.
Those, I thought those were the windmills. Are those the windmills? You went
Yeah,
by?
the windmill's gone.
Yeah, they fuck with the whales.
Melania, the TV won't work because the windmill is not blowing tonight.
Oh, shit. Well, this is going to be the last time we get to do this. I think probably everybody's, including my
Tired.
own. I'm kind of
I'm gonna
Get
miss the
tired of
commercials
election.
though. It's like part of my routine now. Political commercials.
Yeah, like what was his name? Kyle from Alabama, who voted for Trump twice, and this time he's voting for Kamala because of whatever reason.
Yeah.
He's on my TV all the time. Kyle is.
Yeah.
I feel like we have quite a connection, Kyle. If you're watching,
Give us a thumbs up.
Give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, Kyle. Please.
Who do you like in
we
the,
like you,
Who do you like in the Oakland game this weekend? Kyle.
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 All right, so here are the final update.
The final closing odds.
For this would be our closing odds. Here it is. The U.S. presidential election odds, also known as Who Will Save Our Democracy, man. You got Kamala. She's plus 170 this week over at Bet365. Trump, minus 200. Wow. You got BetMGM. These are all in Ontario, by the way. Plus 175 for Kamala. And then minus 227 for Trump and Vance. You got Cesars, plus 170. That didn't move for Kamala. And then Trump, actually, I think it was minus 205 last week. He's now minus 200. DraftKings, plus 170 for Kamala. At DraftKings for Trump, minus 205. And then at the FanDuel, plus 168 for Kamala. And then minus 205 for Trump.
It's crazy watching the maps, and I've been watching the news a lot. Like how just a few different scenarios in a few different states secures the deal here, and it looks like Trump basically needs to get. If you got Arizona, Georgia, North Carolina, he basically just needs one of the Great Lakes states, or Pennsylvania, Michigan, or Wisconsin. He's got to take one if he wins those three.
I don't know about all that, but I mean, I think Trump could win, but why would you not bet Kamala on those odds? Like,
Right.
it seems like a toss-up to me, so I'm like, I don't know, the value seems there, right?
Yeah, if the news, seemingly most people are saying it's a toss-up, then yeah, why not take
just
the odds,
if we're talking betting.
Yeah, if it was just two teams, and all the experts are saying it's a toss-up, and
Right.
one's plus 170, one's
Sure.
plus 200, you're going to place your money on the plus 170, I would imagine.
I did. You guys watch the Rogan episode?
Mm-hmm.
I did, yeah.
It was it's pretty interesting. I watched probably a couple hours of it. It was long.
I watched it today and yesterday. It was entertaining.
Yeah. No, he's an entertaining guy. And you know what I thought we might do tonight?
He likes to. He says everything twice.
He does. He does he likes to reiterate.
Who
some
does?
stuff.
Trump or Rogan?
Yeah.
It was a good job.
yeah,
100% increase.
He
on
likes
that.
to drill it in, It's
Yeah.
a-
Beautiful job.
It was a beautiful job.
Most perfect job.
they say it couldn't be done. Well, they did it.
I did it in a day.
Right. They said it would
Record time.
take 6 weeks.
They said it a little bit. I did it in a day.
Under budget, beautiful.
No, he likes the superlatives. But being that this is the last,
Beautiful. Yes.
this is the last go around here for this, I thought it very important that we get on the phone tonight our senior political analyst, Snoop. Snoop is in the house.
Snoop Diggity.
Snoop is in the house. Much to Daryl's chagrin because they have opposite opinions. Snoop, what's going on, buddy?
Not so much. Can I have my YouTube on at the same time, or am I going to give you all feedback?
No, as long as you just turn the volume down.
Well, I'm going to turn it off.
Oh, you can turn it on either way.
This is only going to take a minute.
Yeah.
There we go.
I just want to know what's going on the ground.
Yeah, give us like
On the ground.
what's
Okay,
what the
I'm
trends.
on the ground.
What the trends are right
First
now.
of all, Trump went to his campaign in the garbage truck. That was hilarious.
That's a good.
He's now on stage
good publicity.
in his garbage man vest, giving his speech.
That's awesome. That's
Brett
a way to play
Favre-
off with what's going on, right?
Brett Favre just endorsed him on a Wisconsin stage in Green Bay.
That's kind of that.
So the crowd's kind of going wild about that. And it's close. The polls are close. But remember, Trump always overperforms the polls by several points.
That's been the history. If they haven't changed their polling methodology, but yeah, I agree. The last two elections, he overperformed what they were predicting going into the election, for sure.
That's correct. So the bad thing is that Democrats refused to take RFK off the ballot in Michigan for one.
Yeah, I did.
That
see
could take 5 percentage points away from Trump. That's the tickler. The tickler. You want to know what the tickler is, by the way?
Yeah, definitely.
It's a quickie bet going on that day before the actual games come on the weekend. So maybe my tickler was 20 minutes away, Oklahoma versus whoever.
Okay.
To clarify the tickler.
Yeah.
So basically, I was 3 out of 4.
I've heard Chris Andrews use that expression before.
I thought maybe you were conflating tickler and teaser because they're very, very similar concepts from a verbal perspective.
Gary,
That's correct.
Gary, did you know
I
that?
always use my own verbiage.
Gary, did you know that The Tickler is also a film starring Vincent Price from the early
Tickler-
60s?
I like Vincent Price's voice.
Yeah.
Is prevalent in the porno industry as well.
Oh.
So, G, what is your electoral vote prediction?
I will say, first of all, I want to know if you heard of the concept where husband and wife go into vote, and the wife winks and really votes for Kamala when her husband tells her to vote for Trump. Have you seen that commercial?
No.
That ad?
Is that a commercial?
So they're telling all the women, don't listen to your husband, wink, wink, do Kamala. And I thought of D-Dub immediately because I remember he tells me that he always votes for Trump because he does the opposite of what his wife tells him to do.
Okay.
And
Not a
I
bad
don't
thing.
want to get you in any trouble. I hope she's not watching.
She's not. Don't worry.
And she won't. So, yeah, no problem.
So I know D-Dub already stashed his Trump vote. And God bless you.
I haven't voted yet. My vote is still up for sale.
Okay, well, you guys go together and to different booths, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, we don't. I don't think you're allowed to go to the same booth. I'm not 100% on that, but
Well, I sit next to Patty, and I help her do her ballot, and nobody says nothing.
I like what
I actually fill in her little because she used to
ovals.
run out of the circle with the pencil or the pen, and I would grab it and say, "Here's how you do that." And
You push through her hanging chads?
so I actually do 2 ballots inside the thing.
I heard that you were voting for a lot of senior citizens as well somehow.
Don't vote for whatever you do. Don't vote for Marlinga, that creepy pedophile judge.
I heard he's got some
That
creepy
dude is a
history.
whack job. I tried a case in front of him, and he screamed at me and had the sheriff come out of the back to escort me out of the court or into the jail. I didn't know which, but I had to shut up real fast.
Sounds like a
Gary,
personal
I was
vendetta. against
Gary, I'll
Carolina.
tell you
My
what.
client,
There's been a few times in this very office that I've had 9 numbers dialed into the sheriff's office when you were talking to Jimmy here. And I just didn't get to pressing that last button, or the sheriffs would have been here.
well, that's nice of you.
That's right.
Hey, Snoop, while you're talking, oh, go ahead.
Backtrack to the electoral.
Okay, give me the 7 swing states. Who's going to win each of the 7 swing states?
I believe the Senate is firmly going to go a Republican. No doubt about
That's
it.
trending 51 to 52, probably, looks like, from what they're saying.
Yeah,
Michigan's a swing. Michigan's a swing. That could go either way, it looks like.
Montana, that guy's going to lose. Chester, whatever his name is, he's done. You're going to see in Pennsylvania, you may say bye-bye to Sherrod Brown finally. And Virginia, Trump actually may win Virginia.
Yeah, it's
as well as their
closing the game.
senator.
At
I believe
New Jersey, they said Trump is in striking distance in New Jersey, which is not a typical Republican state. But
I call them the TikToks a lot. And I am amazed how many black TikTok influencers, male and female, hate Kamala. And they will get 400 and 500 people into a live, and they will articulate their case for why Trump should be president. And it's a groundswell. I mean, there's something in the air. Elon Musk wasn't lying. It's definitely a movement. So my firm belief is if nobody's cheating this year, Trump's going to win probably 310 electoral votes.
Wow. That would be a landslide,
a decent
right?
gap. Yeah, that would be.
It's going to be a landslide. It's going to make your mouth drop.
And what I did, I mentioned last week that I was going to try to plot every week the presidential election betting odds that we went over.
Graph,
but then I was thinking about it, so I just went to Polymarket. They already have it, and it basically tracks the other betting, the MGMs and whatnot.
Okay.
Almost exactly. So you can kind of see here. And what I'm thinking about is this might be, if Trump wins, this might be the only time maybe in history where the vice presidential debate actually meant something. Is that because that's when the momentum, to me, it seemed to really start to turn.
I think it was a combination. So everybody talks Kamala coming in late. There's a honeymoon phase when there's a brand new person, and you got a certain amount of time to get people to get to know you and like you, and that kind of wore off for her, I think, because everything in the last month has been trending back. She took the lead, and everything's been trending back to Trump. Once people, maybe they're like, oh, there's a new, younger person instead of Biden, so I'm reinvigorated to vote as a Democrat, right? But once they started listening to her, I think a lot of those maybe independents were like, I don't know if this is much of a difference or an improvement from Biden, So then they's like, maybe I'll go back to Trump then, So I think that's kind of what played out a little.
Every time the woman talks, okay, this is unbelievable. Every time they ask her, what will she do differently? She starts off with, well, I was born in a middle-class family, and me and my mother would walk down the street, and she worked so hard, and we had our first house, and she does the same thing over and over and never answers the damn question. Never answers the question.
And then calls Trump Hitler and fascist.
It blows my mind that I've never got the answer to the question, what are you going to do differently? Because it never comes out. A big story comes out. CNN even said when they were watching her after her town hall on CNN, they said, man, that's a lot of word salad.
Yeah. Now, to be fair, though, Trump does do the weave, right? So,
he does,
he doesn't answer the questions either. That's a staple of politicians.
Trump does the weave, but he gets away with it better. He's better at it because he will come in and out of teleprompter and tell a fucking story that I've heard 100 times. I'm so sick of his stupid stories. I just want to see the man do the job. He can tell all the stories he wants. He's kind of like me. I'll tell you so many stories you'll drop the phone and fall asleep.
It's happened before.
I'm kind of like Trump in a way. I do it to my clients. They can't wait to get off the phone. I will go from one story to the next story to the next story. And so I can see how Trump does that. Somebody ought to tell him, you got to calm down a little, but he doesn't. He's on it right now as I'm watching him.
All right, Gary, I'm going to name the state. You tell me who wins. Ready?
Yep.
Arizona.
Trump.
Okay, Wisconsin.
I got to say Trump there, too. He's caught up.
California.
Kamala.
I'm going to say Trump. Oh, no.
All right, Georgia.
Trump.
Okay, North Carolina.
Trump.
Let's say Pennsylvania.
Harris pulled their people out of North Carolina and their money and their ads. So they must see something in their internals that they don't like. What was the next one?
Pennsylvania, which if she doesn't win North Carolina and Trump's winning these other states you described, Pennsylvania is a absolute must-win then for her. Like if she loses that, it's game over, basically.
Yeah, that's correct.
I think Pennsylvania is the biggest state there. That's going to swing the election.
I was watching the Amish, okay, in horse and buggies, running down the street with Trump flags on their buggies.
Are they allowed to vote, or are they behind illegal immigrants in the voting line?
They don't vote. They don't vote ever, but this time they're voting. They're
weren't part
voting
of
in droves, and it's the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Not part of a 50 street gang, were they, by chance?
I saw all these horses, hundreds of horses.
Well, they got
lined
them
up, coming
horse
to the-
whips.
Horses can't vote, but they were pulling the Amish in these carts, and there was like 6 people in every cart with a Trump flag, and the whole community. And the other community that's voting for Trump here in Michigan is the Muslims.
The Muslims
Yeah,
have
I've heard that.
They have flipped, which I think could sway Michigan. But
I would have never guessed that Hamtramck is a Muslim stronghold now, and their mayor endorsed Trump.
which you would have never guessed that 4 years ago that would ever
No.
happen.
The Chaldeans, they're Christian. They always vote Trump, but also the Muslims in Dearborn are voting for Trump. So that's where I think he makes up that 5% thing that RFK is going to present.
Rich, you feel like a quick RFK impersonation while we got this? Got a second?
Okay.
I'm going to be the health and food minister.
That bear had a comment in Central Park.
All right.
I put a bear. I like bear,
This
but
is
sometimes I leave my bear on the road.
We're going to hit those pharmaceutical companies. They won't even know what's coming.
this is how we spend our very expensive YouTube airtime, folks. Yeah, but to keep this objective, as we try to do here, I just wanted a couple notes here. Kamala was minus 138 in the days following the September 10th debate. That was September 10th.
So minus
That's how quick.
138.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So don't count. This could certainly flip between now and
We're
a
running out
week
of
from
time.
now.
Though.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
also the other books, most leading books, only now have the top 2 candidates. So Michelle Obama, J.D. Vance off the market, off the board. So
Yeah, I doubt anything's going to change now on top of the ticket with a few days to go.
yeah.
Dude, that's bizarre, right?
What's that?
J.D. Vance was on there?
Yeah, they had Vance, they had Michelle Obama, they had some goofball that nobody's ever heard of was plus 100,000 yesterday, a couple days ago. So
Michelle Obama is they're just mad. You know what I noticed when they did a collage of all of Kamala's last 10 speeches. Everyone was identical, the words, and everyone was mad. She was just screaming. She's just
an
not.
angry woman.
Remember that joy from August? That joy is so far gone. The joy is out the window and down the street because the joy has been replaced by mean, mad, and that could be hormonal, but certainly a woman can never be in the White House. Okay, that's the last place you can put a hormonal woman is in the White House.
Oh, wait a minute. Now, would you not? Would you not vote for Tulsi Gabbard?
No, I don't think that, women should ever be in the White House
Wow.
ever again.
Well, that's
I'm probably a misogynist.
I
in
guess
that
you are.
regard. I think there should be vice president, no problem. I
So
just
vice
don't think-
president to smooth things over, but not the final call.
I wouldn't elevate. I haven't seen a real good candidate to be president. Honestly, Hillary Clinton certainly wasn't one either.
I think Gary speaks for America. Honest to God,
You had mentioned that.
my theory
Yeah.
is that there's no way a woman will be president because people hate women.
I say I love women.
No,
And-
if it was the right
absolutely
woman, I
love
would
it.
vote. If it was-
On top of that,
course.
women hate women. It's unbelievable.
That's a weird thing.
no,
Yeah.
what you said, like Tulsi Gabbard, I think she's
Yeah, women are
level-headed.
very jealous of
I
women.
like her.
Yes,
I would vote for her.
Women
If she was, I got no problem if there was a
Tulsi-
qualified woman on the Republican ticket. I would vote.
I agree. Tulsi's very intelligent, very extremely intelligent, speaks well, could out debate anybody. But they're just not equipped to be the president.
Comedian Norm Macdonald, he once said that that people hated Hillary so much that they voted for somebody they hated more.
They probably. I would agree with that. Hillary was so off-putting.
That
And
they
if you
voted for
listen to
somebody that they
Kamala
hated
enough-
more.
Who's
Well,
more
that-
unlikable, Kamala or Hillary?
By males, definitely Kamala. Men can't stand her.
Well,
And
there's a lot of
women
black
don't like
males trending towards Trump. What I've been seeing.
the male going for Trump is off the charts, but then it's kind of offset by women going for Kamala.
That's true. She's probably getting a bigger woman pull.
The Karens love her. I mean, you won't get a Karen to vote for Trump.
Oh, never. That will never happen.
Never. But there's a lot of women that love Trump. You look at his rallies. I mean, there's probably more women than men almost. It's. I'm looking at the backdrop here. It's like 50-50.
Yeah.
So I hope you all vote. I just voted for my father. In-law.
What? Boy, this is a public forum we're on.
Let me rephrase that. I just took his ballot to the
Sure.
Dropbox. I mean,
I like what Trump said when he closed out that Rogan interview. He said, "Vote Trump and vote often."
Snoop is one of the 5,000 mules.
Yeah. Hey, listen, Snoop.
hey, have you ever watched that mule show? The 2,000 Mules?
Yeah.
That is frightening what they were able to do. How they kept stuffing. You'd see kids riding up on bicycles at 3 a.m. with a backpack and just start stuffing ballots into the box.
But
and they were on these closed circuit cameras from the county in which they were located.
It sounds like
And,
that's what you're doing essentially, though.
Ballot harvesting. That's what she.
They will go into nursing homes and they will take all the dementia patients and people that aren't able to vote, and they'll just take all their ballots
I think
and
they
run out
should-
the door.
I think they should make those votes, those absentees, make them all be notarized.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tones, you busy?
They're going to be so
All right.
scrutinized
I'm ready
this
and
time
able.
around. It's going to be hard to cheat this time. The other COVID, everybody was crazy.
Yeah, that was a weird
Pennsylvania-
scenario during COVID year to do this
They
stuff.
broke their law and they let everyone.
I think there's going to be so much supervision in place. I think.
Yeah, they were throwing Republican watchers out of Cobo Hall, and these Indian women that were 25 years as engineers for the city of Detroit, and the women they were just weeping. They said they couldn't believe that their own, once they found out they were Republicans, they threw them outside and then they had to watch from outside the counting area. And then people were standing in front of the window to block their view, and it was really sketchy what went on at Cobo Hall. So a lot of that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And Pennsylvania is not going to be allowed to mail multiple ballots to everybody that was voting. That's what they did. And then the reason all the court cases lost is because the courts had no standing. So they weren't able to hear the cases. They had to refer them to the Congress. And then we know how that went. Nobody would put it up for a vote. No one would investigate. So it won't happen again. There are things in place now.
that was just the whole COVID scenario of people not being.
But the Russians and Iranians and everybody are working very hard to get involved and switch people's votes. Do you know if you go on TikTok and you say abortion, shoot, kill, there's like 10 words. If you say them, they will take your live down immediately. They will just boop and take you down for 24 hours. The censorship on TikTok is off the charts.
Yeah. Well, censorship everywhere is off the charts, but
But you got to use keywords, like for abortion, you got to say AB. You can't say rape. You have to say grape. So there's all these little words you have to say for what you mean. And guess who owns
Say
TikTok? You got to say grape.
got to
instead
say
of
grape.
rape.
Okay.
China.
China, you got to say vagina, which is a weird
Can't
substitute.
say China.
No.
China owns the app, and they're definitely censoring the shit out of that. So
I believe it. Hey, listen, buddy. I
All righty.
gotta fly. Thank you for your input as always. Looking forward to
I'll be texting you on Tuesday evening. Snoop.
Maybe we should have a watch party.
Have
That'd
a
be
watch
fun.
party, yeah.
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 Gary, we'll talk to
I
you
was
in
gonna
4
say-
years, brother.
4 years. Hey,
Now we'll get the
I was going to
midterms.
say to Anthony, I used to do my house like that for Christmas. You
Yeah.
could see my house from space. And I actually had the true, Chevy Chase's house with the lights going, the fuses blowing. But what I was going to say is you should try to find a way to use those same blow up things and then just redecorate them for Christmas, and then you don't have to take nothing down for like 3 months.
I want the same fans.
Just put maybe a Santa Claus hat on the pumpkin, or I don't know, with Christmas lights on, and rework
Scarf on the ghost.
things.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah,
Have them hold the
they can be
cup of hot
elves
chocolate.
instead of ghosts, and right, exactly. So just a little helper there, maybe save you some time.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Snoopy.
See what we can win.
All right,
Thanks for your input,
good
pal.
luck. All right, take care.
Be
All right, man.
blessed.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I thought for sure his tip to you was going to be see if you could plug into your neighbors.
Yeah, I would say train your neighbors.
And I will say that the the views of Snoop is not necessarily the views of the numbers guys. And also, what else should we disclaim that with?
I just got a text from Truth Social. They want us to join their network.
Yeah, we'll go to True Social Live. And that has been MAGA Minute with Snoop. No, I'm just kidding. Good to see you, Snoop. By the way, Jorel in the chat says that he's in the Muslim community. Are you, Jorel? I didn't know you were. Okay.
Oh,
And-
is he Dearborn?
Or does he
working
live
at a
there?
Dearborn?
Oh, wait.
Maybe
At
he
Hype.
lives
I'm
there.
sorry. I'm in the Muslim community at Hype, and they all love Trump 100%. I think that's kind of been the story.
Don't believe the hype.
Public Enemy. Yeah. But yeah, definitely thanks, Snoop. Your insight is always mucho appreciated.
Calling the masters of facts, the sultans of stats, the czars of knowledge that isn't learned in college. It's the Numbers Guys Trivia.
And it's time for Numbers Guys Trivia. We got to figure out who will be buying the beer next week. Rich, you have the link over there?
I'm looking for it right now, buddy.
Okay. And today's Numbers Guys Trivia question is, what was the name of this New York team, obviously the Jets, prior to becoming the Jets? What was the name of the now New York Jets prior to becoming the Jets? And of course, if nobody gets it right, I got to buy the beer. If everybody gets it right, I got to still buy the beer. And if only one of y'all gets it wrong, you'll be buying the beer. And if more than one gets it wrong, somebody gets it right. These are very elaborate rules. Then there'll be a Rochambeau best out of 3 to determine who will be buying the beer. And next, while these guys are getting that put together, at Rich's request, Richie requested, hey, we should do an update on our college football top picks for the CFP, the college football playoffs. We made, like I said, about 10 weeks ago. And what I kind of did here is I just took the most picked. So we had some common picks between the 5 of us. That was when Dale Dub was also in studio for this particular show. So 5 of us took Georgia. Georgia at the time was minus 550, now minus 1700. Wow. Yeah, so that was a good pick. 5 of us also took Oregon. Oregon?
That's right.
Oregon. Yeah. They were minus 360 at the time, now minus 3,500. Again, probably a good pick.
That's a lot, though.
That's
Minus
cray.
3,500.
Yeah, it's
bad.
yeah. 5 of us also took Texas. They were minus 220, now minus 1,100. 5 of us also took the Ohio State University. They were minus 650 back then, now minus 850. So not as much of a gain there. And then Notre Dame, 5 of us took that. Number hasn't changed, minus 170.
I would think they might be the biggest lock of them all, to be honest with you, to get into the playoffs.
Schedule wise.
Get them now,
Yeah.
minus 170.
Notre Dame.
Yeah.
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 The Utes,
They're done.
4 of us took them. They're off the board. They were plus 190. They
Rising.
are, what are they? They have a losing record, don't they?
Well, they had that
They were
quarterback
hyped, dude.
that
before the
was
season.
they kept lying about.
Yeah. Okay.
Cam Rising.
Cam Rising.
Mr. Mode.
Cam Rising. Okay, Missouri. We had 3 of us pick that. They were plus 170 at the time. Boy, we were wrong about that. They're plus 1,800. Bama, 115 hasn't changed. Penn State, 3 of us took them. They were minus 145, now minus 650. The Michigan Wolverines, 3 of us took them. I don't know which 3. Plus 150, they were at the time. Now plus 20,000. They're still on the board, though.
That could change a lot this week.
Yeah, you can't say that against with Utah. Then 2 of us had LSU. They went from plus 125 to plus 220. 2 of us had Ole Miss, minus 145 to plus 190. 2 of us had Clemson, plus 170 at the time, now minus 195. 2 of us had Boise State, including me, plus 400, now minus 140. And 2 of us had Tennessee, because you're the only 10 I see, plus 195, and they're now minus 190. Does that suffice your curiosity, Richie?
Yeah.
Satiate your curiosity, I should say.
A little bit. I mean, we didn't show our individual picks. I thought maybe looking back at them, Tones might have been on a pretty good pace right now.
Yeah, I think Michigan's. I took Utah too. It's off the board. In Michigan, it's a very long shot. But all my other ones are I think minus odds right now.
Yeah, I think I maybe had half or less, a little less than half going. But my Colorado pick was the one made fun of that night, and they actually have a shot.
They do.
So,
They do.
They stink.
It's funny you say that, Rich, because I do have your selections right here.
Right.
yeah, I mean, Georgia looks good, right? Then Oregon's a lock. Texas is in there.
Oregon.
Notre Dame. LSU has a chance. App's out. Colorado is better than 1,400 odds. I don't know what it is now. I think Missouri just got eliminated last week, and they got smoked.
I thought they were going to be a much better team.
Michigan, they're about done. Louisville, I don't know. They're still probably around 500. They probably have to win out.
Michigan's got to be done, though, don't they?
I think they're a loss away.
You lose to Washington?
They win out. They'll be in the top 12.
If you beat,
think?
If you
Sure.
beat Oregon, I know it's a long shot. but
Oregon.
Oregon. If they beat them, they're right back in the mix.
Yeah,
Really?
Oh yeah.
You lose to Washington, you lose
But
to
you
Illinois.
beat the number 1 team. They'll
There you go,
Doesn't
Tom.
matter who you beat. It's who you lose
Yeah,
to.
Tone's left side here looks pretty strong. LSU's the weak link there, right?
yeah. So I lost Utah,
LSU?
Missouri, like you did.
But I like this. You got about 9 picks.
Yeah, I think I got about 8 to 9 alive. Right now.
LSU's only, don't they just have the 2 losses?
I think it's 2 losses.
I think they're still alive.
What about D-Dub?
D-Dub takes chances, you know? He doesn't want to just pick the everyday teams.
Yeah, Ole
I got
Miss.
4 teams at ACC here.
Yeah, that's right. We kind of wrote you off right from the beginning because of
Yeah,
that.
I mean, and I get
oversight.
it.
Yeah.
But I mean, are you going to make money betting minus 220 on Texas? Probably not. You know, you got to have a couple picks out there. There's 12 of them for crying out loud. So I went with the ACC. I thought maybe, just maybe, that conference was actually underrated. We saw Georgia Tech already win at that point, or I don't remember if we'd started a week after.
I think it might have been right after week 1, I think, is when we did that.
Yeah, I think the ACC is pretty good, but Georgia Tech's not going to have a chance. SMU is it's possible, I think, but Miami is probably the one, right? I think they were on my list. And I don't have Florida State, so that's good.
Yeah, my side, very similar on the left side. Right side, Utah gone, Liberty gone. Clemson looks better than I had thought. Bama still good. Ohio State still good. Boise State actually still good. Wow, maybe I'm in the lead here. Forgot about Boise State. Rich, did you not look at mine?
I
think you-
did a brief look.
Yeah, looking pretty good.
Liberty,
Let's
no
compare-
good.
Let's
no
go back
good,
to yours
sir.
here for a second.
I didn't say. I said mine was not good, so I'm not.
Oh, yours is not good?
I said Tones. I thought Tones maybe had the best, but let me see your picks again.
I'll go forward here.
So Liberty, Clemson, Alabama, yeah, pretty good. Two out for sure, right?
2 out for sure, looks like, yeah. I would say. Interesting.
You and Tones, I would say, are in nice race here for the winner.
Let's put $400 on it, Tones. What do you think? Me and you?
After this weekend.
All right. No, that's interesting because we didn't do that last year. It's nice to see where we're at mid-season in the college football
Yeah,
realm.
that'd be fun.
Yeah, good call. Good call, Rich. You always got a good call.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. What do we got to do next? Oh, you know what to do while we're talking about college football? Let's go over College Football Joe's top picks. By the way, College Football Joe is now 15-12-0 for the
He
year.
had a good week.
Yeah, good week for College Football Joe. It looks like he's pacing last year at 19-5-1. So cool. Syracuse.
Is that right?
Ish. Right around there.
19-5-1 versus
I'm sorry.
15
No,
and 12.
19-15-1. I'm sorry. 19-15-1 he was last year. He's 15-12-0. So, yeah, he's right around there.
Gotcha. You gotta
Syracuse
get your-
+4 against Virginia Tech at home, -109. That's Syracuse +4 at home against Virginia Tech. Indiana -7.5 on the road against the Michigan State Spartans. We have 2 Spartans here in studio.
I've been loving Indiana. That might be the
They're tough.
week to get off, though.
Indiana's a tough team.
I think they're going to be in trouble at Michigan State. It's going to be a good game.
Should be a good game. And then Nebraska -6 at home against UCLA -110.
I like that. That's
You
one
like
of my
that?
picks, actually.
Oh, it's one of your picks? Okay. And I will say, he said he will never put this officially in one of his picks, but he said, if I was him, take
that's right.
take Penn State. Penn State's playing Ohio State. He said take Penn State.
You think so?
Yeah. He said he just, for superstition reasons, he said he can't put that in the top picks.
I think Penn State's a little overrated at 3, but I also think that number's a little out of whack. Playing at Penn State,
Only getting 3.5.
The problem is
3.5.
three and a
The
half.
problem is Franklin in big games, he finds a way to choke it out at the end of the
Right.
game.
But can they lose 17-14? Or...
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a tight game. I really
I think
do.
Ohio State took last week off to get ready for this game.
That could be too.
That's why UCLA is going to beat Nebraska.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
We said, again, not a top pick. Sorry about that, college football Joe, but we said definitely play that, although not a top pick.
It's the NFL Against the Spread Challenge with the numbers guy and Jorel.
I love coconut. This is actually really good.
All right, there we go. I love that. I love that Jorel loves coconuts. And you know, I made that before I knew what we were actually going to call this, because I was trying to think about what we were going to play for. So it's the Against the Spread Challenge. It's the Chi-Chi's Challenge. Rich, why don't you explain while I get Jorel on the phone how the Chi-Chi's Challenge works?
Let's see. Daryl called out Jorel, said he's a shitty picker.
That's not true.
Shitty apple
Says he
picker.
doesn't believe any of the lines he posts every year, and said, hey, why don't you go against each of us every week and put your manhood on the line? And I think
DW
that's how
said
it's
he's a
come about.
better play caller than him too. That's what he said.
Yeah, I heard
fighting
that too.
words.
That's a separate
Ouch.
challenge I think they got going on.
Yeah. So what we do, we pick 4 against the spread every week. He picks 4, we pick 4. And let's go over those right now. Right meow.
Meow.
Right meow.
Yeah.
Meow.
Right meow.
Meow.
Wow, damn, that's loud when it rings, isn't it?
I was like, can you get any louder?
Loud bursting in my ear.
Sounds like the political phone calls I've been getting.
It does, yeah. We're going to get... Oh, now Jorel, I know he was working on designing his sister's engagement ring. Oh, no. Don't give out the phone number there.
Does she know that?
I think so. All right, so I'm going to roll naked here. We'll see if Silk calls back here. Here is the standings for the Chi-Chi's Cup.
Oh, we caught a game.
Right now, 21, 10, and 1 are the numbers, guys. Outrageous. That's an outrageous record.
Good.
Yeah. Silk, 19, 13, and 0. So we got him by 2.5 right now. 2.5 with half a season to go.
A little over half, right?
Yeah. So we can't really get comfortable here.
Can't lay off the gas here.
No, can't lay off the gas. Got to keep the top picks a coming. And you know what I might do then? If let's see if he texted me.
Anthony, you know, between you and me and Rich and Jimmy, we were 2-2 last week.
Who made the 2 to the left of the
I don't remember.
I lost last time.
A lot of season left. I won't make fun of you when you make a bad pick.
When Rich starts making some good ones, he's going to say, Jimmy, can you see how each of us did individually?
I think I only have one loss on the challenge.
No, yeah, you guys have been doing really well.
But I think my one loss was only by
say.
like a point or two.
Yeah, that was.
Well, Daryl's undefeated, obviously.
No.
I don't think he's undefeated, but
Well, it sounds like it.
it does. He makes it sound that way. You know, Daryl gets.
No one
he has a
else
couple
is-
good weeks, and next thing you know,
No one
he's,
else's shit stinks around
This guy's
here.
fucking.
No,
Thinks
it
he's Billy
just seems
Walters.
like Rich, every time you
Every
find
time,
that you
Rich.
did better than the average, you like to,
You like
point
the
that out.
choo-choo. over
I will point out you're the one that made Jim put the amount of units I'm up on my hat. Not me.
Even though you
I'm
were
gonna stop doing that this week. By the way, it's kind of funny.
G
though.
units.
Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and let's make our picks and see if we can get a hold of Silk so we can explain what he's got going on here.
Okay.
All right. So Richie, you went first this week. You had the first pick. You got cards -1.
The cards.
Yeah. I decided to get off the Thursday night game I was thinking about. The Bears, that's a tough game to come back from when you lose one like that, especially when you're taunting the crowd while the play's going on. I kind of like what the card. I mean, the Cards they can put up points, and they seem to be a pain in the ass for a lot of teams. They're at home. I think that's an advantage. I'm gonna take the home field advantage on this one. Give me the Cards.
Okay. And by the way, the winner, why it's called the Chi-Chi's Cup, the winner gets this is coveted. I'm surprised I have to wipe this off every time I touch it to get the fingerprints off this thing. The coveted Chi-Chi's Cup, which is a Chinese leaded crystal ice bucket filled with $1.25, although I think they went up in price now. They're more than $1.25 now. But Chi-Chi's drink, single serve. Winner gets this. Pretty
How many
incredible,
days
really.
could that sit on my fireplace? Do we have like a rotation?
like if you left bourbon in it.
Is it like a 1 week rotation, for that to take home?
All I know is if you left your Crown Royal,
I might put some Crown bottles in
you
there.
poured
too.
that in there, and then came back a week later, that could cause lead poisoning.
No, it wouldn't be good for you. No, that stuff will start to work out.
You ever see that episode of MacGyver? Not MacGyver.
MacGyver.
What am I thinking of? The guy with the white suit.
Matlock?
Matlock.
There were some
Lead
clever crimes.
poisoning.
Yeah, clever crimes clever crimes committed in that show.
Just
All right.
one more thing.
Tones, you were up next. You had the Lions
I'm riding
laying
the Lions,
3.5.
man. Hottest team, best offense right now. Love is questionable. I think the Lions. Last week we said that could have been a letdown game, and they just threw up 52 points. So I'm not concerned about the offense traveling here. And I watched the Pack the last few weeks. Not super impressed. I think the Lions should be able to take care of business. So.
I like it.
Oh, hold on a second here.
Yeah, the hook worries me a little bit, but
Jorel?
You guys hear me?
Hey, buddy. I got you. It wasn't your normal number.
No, I'm on my Google Voice right now, like on my computer.
Oh, okay. All right. No worries. Well, I'll tell you what. We were just going through. Go ahead.
Did Dubs just say Indiana's going to get upset?
No, that wasn't me.
that was me.
That wasn't me.
I said they were in for a game. I did not say they'd lose per
crazy.
se. What do you mean crazy?
Richie's always got the sharp angle, I swear, because that's what they got
agreeing with me.
horrible
I'm
stats
okay.
against them right now.
The Sharpies.
Richie, he's always got the angle. Hey, good to hear from you, pal. You doing good?
Yeah. What's
right.
going on?
All right. Well, we're halfway through our picks. I'm going to circle back and get your picks. How about that?
All right.
So, by the way, it's Cards -1, Lions -3.5. Those are ours so far. And then D-Dub selects the Cowboys
I
at
got
3.
Richie's Cowboys +3. What can I say? I just don't believe in the Falcons 100% from week to week,
I'm taking Cowboys this week as well.
If I would
Just like in my picks.
I think Rich got out of the Thursday night game at the last minute. I think I probably would have taken the Jets -1.5. I think.
I'm kind of feeling them too this
Yeah.
week.
So
Do or die for them.
that's all right, though. I'll stay with the Cowboys because I think they're going to win it outright. Probably be a push, but I think they're going to win it outright.
Okay. And
Jimmy?
then, I have. I'm oppo you here, Silk. I got the Titans -3.5 against the Patriots. When I first picked it was 3. It's now 3.5. I'm still going to roll with it. I mean, the Titans actually played a pretty good game against the Lions.
As bad as they got beaten, I swear, the first thing I was thinking is who are the Titans playing next week? Because they're going to be like mad. But they did look good in spots. We just smothered teams and wear you out. Take both kneecaps.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you 100% there. In fact, I had mentioned that day that I thought it was really a 10-point win for the Lions. And then if you look at the adjusted score, it was an 8-point victory for the Lions if you take out all the high variance plays. So I don't think the Lions had a great game by any stretch outside of the special teams. And I think the Titans actually had a pretty good game. So I think they look pretty good. That's where I'm going. Now,
I can't believe Ridley. It was looking like Ridley was back 3 years ago.
I agree, man. I agree. They're actually showing stuff on
But those
offense.
were dimes by Rudolph. I was going nuts. I'm like, how is Rudolph, who's a former Steeler. You know, he came in for the Steelers. And how's Rudolph coming in here dropping dimes? Like, it was making me so mad. You know what I mean? Because I pounded the Lions.
Yeah, and he was mobile. And I mean, I thought it was a really good game offensively. Kind of the game that I think I had thought they would have 3 weeks ago when I bet on them. And then they didn't, and then here they are. So hopefully they keep that going. Unless you're you.
Funny video. They made a pinata. Browns fans made a pinata of him, and we're having people swing at it with a helmet.
Oh, really?
Because remember Garrett did show him on the field?
Yeah.
That's how ruthless Browns fans are. There's a funny video out there of them, you know, making him a pinata and using a helmet. It was kind of funny.
That's awesome. Hey, for your pick, buddy, you got your oppo me here. You got the Pats 3.5. What are you thinking?
Just pound against the smothered Lions teams.
He's on Gary's tip.
He is on Gary's tip.
Yeah, they haven't since the Super Bowl. A lot of people are forgetting the Super Bowl team lost too. Like they lost the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So like I go all the way back to then.
Going back in the archives. All right, so Pats plus 3.5. Then you got Rams minus 1.5 against the Seahawks. Well, I got a question for you here. Is Metcalf back?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. Actually, I'm not sure, but I'm leaning towards he's not going to play. Like just from what I'm seeing, I don't know. But he's a freak of nature, and I don't know. We'll see. But the Rams are hot right now, and they're playing good football, and no one can stop Kyron. Kyron's one of the best running backs in the NFL, and Stafford's playing good football, which I rarely say. And McVay will figure things to do it on defense. They'll figure things out against, you know, teams. And Geno ain't nothing that scary. So I'm kind of been on this Rams train here lately. I think they're going to get hot kind of like they did last year. Because they're all healthy now. They're back. They're all back.
Yeah, that's true. They're a pretty complete team at this point.
It was my lock of the week, actually, last week. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that one that was against the Vikes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just Lions smother the Vikes, and Rams playing good. And so I was like, yeah, I'm staying with the Lions trend. You know what I mean? Because the Rams are playing good football. It made sense. Short week for Minnesota after a Lions smother. Good luck. Everybody's dead.
Sure. All right, Lions laying 3.5. That's your next one. Gets back.
Yeah, and it's like, either way, Love isn't going to practice all week. So if he plays, he's going to just show up and play on, you know, when is that? That's a 4:00 game.
Yeah,
I think that's late window.
Yeah, it's in Green Bay. So I mean, I hate to. I rather play a healthy Love. I'm just one of those athletes. I want to see what they have. But it is a great spot. Like, that's crazy that he got hurt right when the biggest game of the year. This is the biggest game of the year. Because Minnesota's not going to compete. I don't know. I don't think Minnesota's going to be – they're going to come down to earth. This game right here is absolutely massive right now. It takes full control of the NFC.
All right. I agree with you there, 100%. And then last –
And the Lions are playing too good. They can put up 40 on anyone.
Sure.
Like, they legitimately can. It is crazy to me. But 30, for sure 30. Because they're going to get – both their running backs get a touchdown. I've been betting – man, and my biggest bet last week, which I ended up losing, obviously, was Ravens, because I've been doing Lions Montgomery touchdown, Ravens Henry touchdown all year, 14 parlay. And last week it was my biggest bet. You know, I was like, actually, I love it this week. So that was my biggest bet last week. And of course, the Ravens just ruined everything.
You did have the Rams, though. I think you had 70% of your bankroll on the Rams.
I did, yeah, but then I got it all. I had Ravens and Lions and everything. So, like, I lost a lot of that Rams money because I pounded the Rams.
Man, Jimmy's the king of bankroll management, so you guys should sit down, and he can tell you
have a consultation.
What you're doing wrong.
No, it's true, too. Like, if you do, because if you look at my numbers, I'm doing good enough to where I should be way positive. But I pound certain things that kill me.
Yeah.
There's always that one team every week.
There is. Hey, how about the Vikes minus 5.5 against Indy with who's starting, Rich? Not
Flacco.
Yeah, Flacco. Right.
Kinshaw.
Flacco. Yeah, I think Minnesota's a good team. I think they're actually a really good team. I think they're kind of like when the Niners were starting to brew, like years ago, right before their NFC run. They're there, and they're coached so well. So, like, I just think they'll win a lot of these games like this. Where's that at, actually?
Is it Indy?
In Indy, yeah.
Oh, wow. 5.5, huh? The a horrible spread.
You
Five
said
and
that's like the
5.5
devil's
points.
number, right? You don't like that.
Yeah,
number.
minus
the
5.
devil's
My
number.
one buddy was my friend that does booking. He said, yeah. Oh, one thing I wanted to bring up on the political stuff earlier. I have a friend, and I believe Tones, you may know him. You can ask Mayor next time you see him because I don't want to give any names, but
Sure.
he does the investigating voter fraud for the Republican Party in Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
And he told us they can't find shit in Michigan. So, like, I'm one of those people that said the election was for sure stolen. There's no way there's that many people that voted for Harry Lake's speech. After the Harry Lake speech, I don't know how anyone could even that guy can't even coach my kids, let alone fucking run this country.
Oh,
I don't understand. So I was like, there's no way there's that many people. They're not that many. He wasn't more popular than Obama. Come on now. But anyways, it kind of spits in my face, at least in Michigan, that someone I know and trust, said we've looked and we couldn't find nothing in Michigan. So
that's good. I want to be fair both ways, either way, just a fair election.
Yeah, me too. That's why I like a thing called USPS patent. I think everyone should look it up and read about it. There would be it's not riggable. It would be us truly voting, and they actually could almost remove government with like that type of technology. But it's a great idea, the USPS patent. I recommend reading about it, and then it kind of gets in the lines of blockchain.
Okay, interesting.
Jorel, if only you could know somebody in every state that you trust that works with the Republican Party, we could calm all your
I guess
fears.
that's the name of the game.
Do you got any contacts in Philly and Phoenix?
No, but that was kind of like a bummer to me because I've been talking so much crap, like cheat. There was all the key spots in every state that they definitely cheated. And then here, my home state, someone's telling me, no, we tried to find something.
I hate to break to everybody, but there's not enough cheating to go on to make an election. There wasn't no cheating in 16. There was no cheating in 20. And if there wasn't enough to sway anything. I mean, come on now.
There's one thing that Trump did that I do not like in 2016. They used the mind manipulating social media stuff. And that's what the left's using like crazy now on, like they're going full tilt with it. But Trump used that to sneak a bunch of social media votes in 16. And a lot of people don't know that, but he used this like Cambridge group, and I just don't like that mentality. Like, let me psychologically warfare you with the internet. It's just so stupid. It's not how we, it shouldn't be done like that. So I don't like how Trump did 16 either.
That's the problem is the younger generation doesn't watch traditional news.
They came up with these algorithms that would like slowly
that's a good thing.
say I was a left winger.
I don't know, but
it would slowly like
get
in my face enough
Facebook
to bring me
and
over.
Instagram.
No, but online you can get independent news, which is like
but
CNN is a joke, Fox News is a joke.
Social media is probably all junky stuff.
I mean, one channel does their left side, one channel is the right side, and there's no in between. It's just garbage. It's a bunch of everybody doing their opinion.
Except as what Daryl pointed out last week is MSNBC
Safe.
straight down the gut.
Sure,
safe.
Every channel is known to be left leaning. I mean, there's no doubt about that. So
yeah.
But if you go to the right sources online, there are a lot of independent resources outside. I'm not talking about Facebook news.
Yeah, I'm thinking Tucker Carlson, one of my favorites, Megyn Kelly.
Walter
There's
straight down the gut.
A lot of pods out there, but then there's also a lot of news. I don't have the names handy, but
yeah, no, you're right.
Jorel,
I gotta go back. I want to go back to football. What were you about to say, Dale?
It's a good
Jorel,
idea.
where do you stand with NPR, PBS, and C-SPAN?
The worst.
It's never
Are they?
even touched my eyes.
NPR is just brutal.
Is it bad?
No,
How about
It's supposed to be down the middle.
Ain't down the
How
middle.
about the
really watch
Young
anything.
Turks?
The Young
I watch
Turks.
sports.
Yeah, stay check.
Is that
Fuck
on
that
Cheddar?
guy. I want him to come here on the numbers, guys. I want
Are they
check
on
here.
Cheddar?
TV.
They're on Cheddar. They might be on Cheddar. They might be.
No, I wanted to ask you guys though about like 3 or 4 games.
Okay, go for it.
So, what comes to mind in Green Bay versus Detroit? Right? Well, you guys are pretty much all in Detroit, I would guess, right? And it's a no-brainer. What's the
I don't
spread?
know. I don't know if I'm interested if Love's going to play that game or not.
Yeah, that'd be
if
a
Love
game
is
timer
out,
play. It's Lions -3. I locked it up this week. Unbelievable.
I certainly like the over either way.
I got
no, my Lions are the lock. And okay.
I got the
What do you
Lions
say,
minus 3.5, and then it quickly went to 5 or 5.5.
Oh, no kidding.
did.
And
Wow.
now
I
it's
didn't see
back
that.
down to
with the news.
it's back down to 3.5 again.
That's too
Because
much.
they think he can play.
Well, I don't think
But-
LaFleur is not going to give us the straight dope on this. There's, no way. We're not going to know. The straight
So-
dope?
Straight
There's
dope.
a lot of trends for this game that says Green Bay's got it, and a lot of the sharps are betting Green Bay. So I was wondering if you guys were immediately like Lions. Richie's his
Immediately.
decision sounds like it's on love.
I like the over. No, I mean either way, I'm betting the over on this
I like
game
the over.
because
That's a good call.
if Willis is the quarterback, then the Lions have trouble containing those type of quarterbacks, and he's proven to be a decent. I hate to say it, beginning of the year I thought he was trash,
The
but
whole world did, yeah.
but the honest was
one or two people on him.
the truth was he was on Tennessee. They're the trash,
Yeah.
not Malik.
Yeah, there you
Willis.
go. Yeah, good point. Here's another one. So Seattle what is it? Seattle at the Rams.
No, Rams in Seattle, I think.
Okay, so there's one that I love. That's another game in my top 4 picks that's crazy, and it's minus 1.5. What do you guys think in that game?
Everything you're on the Rams.
Yeah, Rams and
Yeah,
Seattle.
I mean, it's
IFC minus 1.5 right now.
It's a little recency. You saw what happened last week on each of those games. You would think that the Rams would be the team. So then, are we going back to week 1, 2, and 3, where the teams that we thought were locks are not, or are we back in the last 2 weeks where the teams we kind of thought were going to win won? It's
And the freaking
I like the
smart money's
Rams.
gonna be pounding Seattle.
I think those
And I love
receivers,
the Rams.
the receivers on the Rams seem to make more than a touchdown difference, right?
Yeah, I think so. And they make the whole offense go. Like when Kyron's going, like they're unstoppable. Actually, Stafford can move. Stafford's gonna score on you when he's got those weapons.
I'll tell you,
Stafford's playing decent football.
me and Richie were talking before the show. That's a tough one. See, I'd lean Seahawks there.
I don't like the game at all.
But yeah, Richie
The
doesn't like
smart
it at
money's
all.
pounding Seattle, which is crazy. They're gonna be pounding Seattle.
Why is it crazy? That's a home field advantage. They're probably going to
No,
win
you're
that
right.
game
It's not
65% of the time. I mean,
But the way that they got smoked by Buffalo
last
right?
week's
Just
news, brother.
Huh?
Last week's news.
down.
I just think the Rams are better than advertised right now. That's my mindset
could
going
be.
into this.
They don't throw.
But that's a division game, and that's a tough game.
So
Yeah.
that's a huge division game.
and
Every
Seattle-
team's like 4-4 out there. Out in the
Yeah,
West.
The
and
teams
Seattle's a
care
pretty
about their
damn good
division
team. They're
games,
tough
though?
at least.
What?
Here's the other
Do
one.
teams
What do you guys think?
care about their division games?
That's the biggest games of the season.
The teams
all they
don't
care about.
Yeah,
care.
they do. That's
Yeah, they
dope.
do.
Yeah, that's
Every
all they
game-
care about.
Those are like 2 games in
No,
one. Division
San
games,
San
like,
Francisco
they're
cared much
studying-
more about last week playing Kansas City than they did about
No,
playing
no,
Seattle
they
in
don't.
another month.
No,
No,
they're
not
setting
at all.
their
Division
division
games
Seattle.
way more.
or-
They
Okay.
have so much more weight.
Yeah.
It does have more weight, but it doesn't. I don't think that San Francisco would have rather play. They're looking at that Kansas City game like this is our time to put our gambling nuts out there on the table.
Are gambling nuts.
No, but
Go ahead,
But
Jorel.
Daryl, the teams are looking at the division games like all year long. Like what they'll do is like say Green Bay or say the Lions are playing Dallas, they'll look at Green Bay's similarities in the offense or defense and like practice it. So they'll use like Cowboys for the division games even. They extra focus on division games because you can get in just by winning your division.
That doesn't bode well for the Lions.
Not
then.
to mention
It's
the
six
coaching
games
staffs
instead
they meet each other a lot more often.
Yeah, they know each other so well.
Right. I mean,
Here's
that's the
a
whole
crazy
thing.
one for me. Here's another one for me because I love Baltimore. So Denver and Baltimore. What do you guys think on that one?
Daryl?
Or does it jump off the page to any of you guys?
Jimmy and I are head to head.
9.5.
I'm not head to head. Mine was strictly a numbers play. I got it at 8.
Okay.
So I mean, I had no handicap on it at all. I'm like, this is the only thing I knew was that was going to go up maybe to 10.
You said 10, yeah.
Yeah.
It's at 9.5 right now because I just did my picks. I just finished them.
I got Denver at 9, and I like it. I like that play. But I could see it going
They
either
play
way.
defense and they run the ball. Javante's back. He looks healthy. They're playing defense. They're sneaky.
Never was a
Bo
fan.
Nix is getting better. They're well coached. Like that's going to be a tough team here soon. They
Baltimore
might already be.
Baltimore's maybe the best team in the AFC. It just depends on the week, right? I mean, it's such
Yeah, I
a
can't
hard
believe
team
the
to.
Browns.
They seem to.
Browns.
No, they're not. I don't think they
The
should
other
be,
ones
but
in
they're
college.
not.
Here's the other sharp plays in college. Texas A&M versus South Carolina.
But I didn't
They
even look
love
at that
South
one.
Carolina. Here's one that I'm going to lose, I guess, on. USC and Washington. They love Washington. They're actually going to be pounding Washington, the smart money. And then Duke and Miami, Florida. Most people I can see pounding Florida, but they're like -20, aren't they?
Oh, I got stay tuned to my picks. I got that game tonight.
Duke versus Miami?
I do. It's one of my picks.
Miami is 0-4 straight up and against the spread when coming off consecutive revenge victories. Wow, they played back-to-back revenge games when they allow more than 20 points per game. So there's a few good trends too on here. There's another 0-8 one.
I don't think that's a trend that you want to
But
put a lot of.
no, some of
faith
them are good to
behind,
look
though.
at, but not. Yes, some of them don't matter because they're different teams, different eras too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But some help. Like it's just weird. Like it's just somehow like when a team travels to this area, they just generally play at this level. It's those are some decent trends to look at.
Yeah, if they travel over 500 miles or whatever it
It's
is.
factored in. Yeah.
If they play in
All right, guys.
pouring rain.
Yeah, I think we might grab a cheeseburger tonight, man. If you're
Where at? Oh, where?
I don't know where yet, but we'll shoot you. We'll hit you up after.
Yeah, I'll probably be down.
All right, buddy. Hey, good luck
All
this
right.
week, man.
Have a good night.
All right, you got it.
Yeah.
All right.
See ya.
You
Bye.
too, guys.
Jeez.
All right, that was professional amateur handicapper Silk, a.k.a. Jorel Petree. Did you hit your nose on the microphone over there?
Accident.
Oh, that's you got it. Yeah, that could happen. All right, you know what? Next up is the NFL in 30.
It was supposed to be my forehead.
It's supposed to be your forehead.
I'm D-Dub.
I am Tones.
I'm Richie. And in my neighborhood, we have a train that comes through.
And I'm JT, the whole NFL, and possibly the ghost of Andy Rooney
Why are there patches on suit jackets?
in 30 minutes. You good?
Yeah, you're good.
I'm out. Cut. All right, so NFL in 30 minutes. We already talked about a lot of these games,
Yeah.
It's hot in here, Jimmy.
and it's hot in here. So we're gonna
This velour shirt doesn't breathe well.
we're gonna go through and hey, guess what? The model's effed up again. It's not pulling the shit in again. I thought I had this fixed. That's annoying. Okay, so here we're gonna go. We'll go through every NFL game in 30 minutes. Put a 2-minute timer on the screen, and we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna skip through a lot of these. So we talked about the Texans and the Jets. We already talked about them. Cowboys and Falcons. Did we talk about them?
I like the Cowboys.
Yeah, no, we didn't talk about these ones. Let's do this one. Go ahead. Oh, by the way, it's Falcons laying 2.5 left to right, and then 52 is the total. D-Dub?
I want the Cowboys to not be a good team, but I just don't think there's above average. And the Falcons, it's just flip a coin every week. You just never know which team is going to show up.
Not sure what world we're living in, but you seem heavy on the Cowboys this year. And I
Yes,
don't like them at all.
always.
I like the Falcons in this game.
Yeah.
It looks like they're playing at home for the 80th consecutive week. So you got to think.
They are at home again. How funny is that?
I'm
It's going to be a tough.
I wonder if Chris is still
Tough
listening. Chris,
second
how many
half of
home
the
games
season.
do the Falcons have?
They're gonna have none in November and December.
Living on the road.
Early. But for my buddy Chris in ATL, I'm gonna take the Falcons on this game.
Dub, why do you like the Cowboys here?
I like the Cowboys because they're a good team. They
Because Jerry Jones has a lot of money.
You know, honestly, they got blown out by the 49ers. They got a couple late touchdowns. They had a chance to win, which, of course, they can't do because Dak's a fucking choke, like he always will be for the rest of his life.
I didn't watch enough of that game, but the scores were there was only at one point where the Niners were really ahead by more than a touchdown.
No, it's 30-10.
Early on, it was relatively close, right?
Every game's close early on.
Not 0-0 close.
Usually start
That's
pretty.
true. Sometimes
What
it's
was the end
3-0.
of
They
the
start
score
kinda
at the
even.
They
end of
owned them the whole
first quarter?
second half. It was 30-10 in the fourth
Right,
quarter.
right. In the first half, it was close, and then in the third quarter, it was not, and then at the end of the game, it was back to within 6 again, right?
Sure.
You don't know.
No, I watched it. It was not a very close game at all. I mean,
First half was very close.
yeah, the first 10 minutes are always pretty close in most games.
There's 2 quarters and there's 30 minutes.
I'm gonna ride your Sparty alumni here with my boy Cousins.
Yeah, I think the Falcons get it done here.
I say Falcons get it done too, although I don't have a number to give anybody.
I don't. The Cowboys have no defense.
pretty
They're just gonna
sure.
shred them.
Well, that's just it. And God damn, his glasses are
Fogging
a
up.
challenge. I can't can't read. I can't read anything.
We have a rare 80-degree day.
Is it Hooter in here?
Hooter.
Parsons and Bland coming back. Parsons possibly. Bland not so sure. That's going to make the difference to me.
Bland's had a crazy year last year. We had 6 returns for picks. I mean, I don't think that Magic's going to come back.
No, but if Micah comes back, that might make a difference.
Parsons makes a difference. Nobody else does.
Must watch TV.
Yep. All right. Next one we got. Let's put this on the screen here. We got the Broncos and the Ravens. We talked about this one. We haven't talked about this one.
We didn't talk about that. I didn't get a chance to talk about it.
I'm sorry. I don't want to steal your thunder here.
Jorel goes on for 35 minutes. I actually, as much as I disagree with Daryl today, I think the Broncos are the pick in this one. 9 points is too many for a team that's hot. I'm going to take them. I like the direction the Broncos are going. I think they lose, but they cover.
Yeah, Ravens a little too inconsistent for me. That's a lot of points. I like how the Broncos have been playing. Give me the 9 points with them.
Broncos are just ahead of the Chiefs at number 4 in the power ratings.
That's unusual, but you're entitled to your opinion. What I got to say here is I think the Broncos' D is probably a little better than I gave them credit for. I don't think their offense is any better than I gave them credit for. Playing against the Ravens, whose defense has not actually lived up to expectation this year. However, their offense has been off the charts. So what do? I say you leave this one alone unless you got a number that you're trying to just get closing line value on. So that's what I would do.
Little backdoor action coming in that one.
Backdoor. Who doesn't love a little backdoor action, Richie?
It's one of my favorites.
Okay. Back to the Dolphins and the Bills. You got the Dolphins and the Bills. The Bills are going to be laying 6 at home against the Tua invigorated Dolphins. 50 points roughly is the total, 49.5. Go ahead, Rich.
I've been kind of thinking about this game. This game does intrigue me, but it's in Buffalo, and I thought the Dolphins were going to pull it off last week. Complete disappointment. The Bills I can't believe they went to Seattle and did what they did. I'm going to lay the 6 here. I'm going to take the Bills. I think they're hot, and I think since it's a big divisional game for the Bills, they're going to cover the 6.
I agree with Rich. Buffalo by 7 to 10 point range. I think they'll take care of business. Played a great game last week. Miami, I just don't think there's any flow there, and to go into Buffalo and win. So
I got the Bills double digits. I mean, double digits, closer to 20 than 6. So number 2 in the power ratings. What more do you need to know?
Bills Mafia.
I mean, do you think the Dolphins are... That was a...
What power ratings?
My power... Don't you do a power ratings every week?
No.
How do you know who's good
You keep
in that?
saying the power ratings. I want to know
They're my power ratings.
Is this the
proprietary
Whittingham
system.
Power Index?
God dang. You don't do a power ratings?
No, I don't. I was just making sure I knew. I wanted to know the source of these power
So you
ratings.
just use other people's power rankings.
Oh, come on. Then you're the second best.
I just read them, but I was curious. I haven't seen the Bills that
Bills
high.
are number 2.
Okay,
Bills are number
thank
2.
you.
And, bank it, baby.
Who's your number 1?
Not the Lions. And they are
Yeah.
also DVOA number 1, which is a pretty big deal.
Pretty big deal.
You know about DVOA, Rich?
No,
Something for you to look up there.
don't care.
Oh, my gosh.
Jeez.
Daryl's all about the DVOA. What does that stand for?
I don't know, but you know what it really is? Is
You don't know what that is?
basically what you were saying before about the score in that Lions game last week. They basically go through every game, and they've gone all the way back to 1979 now. Look at every game and look at every play, and then they do what Jimmy was kind of saying, where fluky plays, they throw those out, and they come up with what they believe is a true score.
Defensive variance, offensive interference.
Let's go with that.
Okay.
Defensive value over...
Although interference doesn't start with an A.
No.
was
Defensive
DVOI.
adjusted value
No.
over average. Defensive adjusted
my bad.
value
I would have
over
changed
average.
it up then. My bad.
Anyway. On that one, I don't know. Man, the Dolphins effed me last week. I'll tell you that. So I'm going to stay away from it. I still got
The
Jorel
best
showing
team
up.
doesn't win every week, you know.
No, I get that.
So I could be wrong.
No, but we didn't talk about this one. How about the Saints at the Carolina Panthers? Saints
That's
at the Carolina
a
Panthers.
4-alarm snore fest.
It really is. Although David Carr should be back. right? That's
No.
no.
He's
Too
retired.
bad,
He might be dead by now.
Derek
for all we
Carr
know.
is
Derek
available,
Carr.
I
I'm
heard.
sorry. Did I say David
Yeah,
Carr?
he's coming.
Yes.
Who would name their fucking kids like that? You know what I mean? Same last name.
A
Same.
lot of people do the same first
Why
names.
are they
with
10
the
years
D.
apart?
Don't do
Age
that.
is what I
Yeah,
wanna
that
know.
too. That too. But
Why does one look like a pirate?
hey, all good Christians. He does look like a pirate, doesn't he? He really does. All right. So we got the Panthers getting 7 at home, and then total 43.5. Not expecting a lot of offense in this game. And who wants this one?
I'll go Bryce Young
Rich, I
starting.
think.
That's all I need to know.
I really don't.
New Orleans will win by 10.
Yeah. Who's betting the Panthers? Who
Nobody.
comes to the ticket window with the Panthers on there?
You're rolling with Bryce Young. You're dead on arrival, dude. So sorry.
DOA. I know that.
DVOA.
I don't think that's right.
No?
How many wins do the Panthers have? 1 or 2?
One.
They got to get a second one.
One too many.
They got to get a second one.
I don't know.
Who's it going to be against?
Not this week.
They don't have to get a second one.
Do they play the Raiders again?
There's no
I
rule.
can't remember the division, how the divisions work.
There's
but-
no rule that you need
Pretty
2
bad.
wins.
No.
No, but are they historically as bad as the
Yes.
one-win teams of the NFL's
Yeah.
past?
They're historically, I think
They're bad.
the Detroit Lions 0-16 team was better than this
They
team.
would have beat Carolina 9 out of 10 times.
For sure.
Stafford,
Didn't the Bengals have an 0-16?
Orlovsky and Johnson connection.
Didn't the Bengals have an 0-16 team?
The Browns did.
Browns. How about that one?
Same state. I mean, that's close enough. They're in division, same division.
How
too.
much? How about that one? Are they better than that team?
I don't know. I'd have to revisit though in 16 Browns, but they did have a worse coach. The Browns did. Hugh Jackson. Hugh was that his name? Hugh Jackson.
Hugh G. Rection?
I think he went one. He won one game over 2 years.
Were you a Marinelli fan?
No, you gotta get pad level.
He was a cool guy.
He would have been much better coach if he had a better son-in-law.
Yes.
If his daughter married a better dude.
Better coach if he just stuck to D line.
Yeah.
Gotta get those pad levels.
Right.
You know, we don't have to fill up all 2 minutes if we don't want to.
All right,
next one.
Yeah.
He was never a coordinator.
If we said it's a snooze fest, you could skip
Yeah,
it.
sometimes these conversations devolve just to fill up time. I
Your
think.
your favorite general manager and president, Matt Millen,
Matt Millen he
hired
was
the
great.
guy, and he was never a coordinator.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to say my piece on this one. Adam Thielen's coming back, right?
I hope.
Uh-oh.
No one has him on their fantasy team.
I think that's probably why this line is only 7.
You're telling me that Adam Thielen moves a line?
He's worth 2, you figure, right?
2 what?
Especially on that team. It's got to be worth 2 points.
They just traded Deontay
He's
Johnson
dead.
so that they could get Thielen back in the lineup.
Right.
That's like a feed the beast.
Stay the fuck
Jim will have
Stay-
Thielen over 38 and a half yards
That's
this
coming
week.
up in one of my top picks, actually. No, stay away. I'm not doing nothing there. Although I kind of agree with you. How could you ever take Carolina? I don't care if they were getting 14. I just don't think. With Bryce Young at the helm, I don't see it. Okay, this one we have not talked about for sure. You got the Raiders at the Cincinnati Bengals. You got the Bengals laying a touchdown and a hook a lot of places against the Raiders at home. The Bengals are, rather. And then 46.5. And Tones, he's a big Bengals guy. Let's go ahead. Start with you, buddy.
You know, this week I think they absolutely have to have this game at home. Raiders still have peace, and who knows, maybe Crosby's going out the door shortly too. Maybe they sit him out before the deadline. That it'll be a game time decision. I could see them resting him if he's on the trade block. So
I don't think they're going to trade him.
I don't know, but
they should.
This is Cincinnati has to have this, or they're going to sell off at the deadline. So I think they take this by 10. So.
Could the Lions make a deal for
Henderson,
the Red Rocket?
Not the Red Rocket.
Trade
Why do you
Hooker
want the
for
Red Rocket?
But I think if Cincinnati loses, they're trading a couple pieces away. So
Yeah, I think this game's one of the easier ones of the week. Fortunately, I think the Bengals win this game, and Antonio Pierce will go the way of all the other great black NFL quarterbacks. Art Shell,
come on,
Art Shell, Hugh Jackson,
Wayne Fontes.
Yep, Big Buck.
Terrible.
I kind of like the Raiders here.
Nah, you're the only one.
I might be the only one.
might be the only
Kind of like the Raiders here. It's 7 and a hook, though. I don't know if I take it at 7.
You're
7
this
hook juice,
graphic says 7 here.
Well, yeah.
Well, I guess I'm a DraftKings guy. So.
Yeah, DraftKings 7 minus 108. You can get paying, how much is that for the half a point? 114. That's actually probably a pretty good play. 46 and a half. Now, if anything, I'd go Raiders. But
wow.
I'm not going to do anything.
I mean, if you can beat the Ravens, you can beat the Bengals.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Is that who the Raiders beat?
I do believe.
Boy, I think I have an
Week
opinion
2,
on this
I think.
one. The Chargers and the Browns. The Chargers and the Browns. You got the Browns now. Jameis Afide.
The Charlie Browns.
Yeah, they're getting 2
Charlie
or 1.5,
Brown.
depending where you look. 43 is the total. And let's go D-Dub, because I know what he's going to say here.
I got the Browns. I got them early on, maybe Sunday night. God darn, I don't remember what my number was, but it was definitely better than 1.5. It's at least 2.5. To me, they should be that the wrong team is favored.
The wrong team is favored.
So, I think they're a different team with Winston at quarterback. And what kind of cigarettes does he smoke, Jimmy?
Winston or Salem.
I thought you were.
Did he go to Wake Forest?
No comment.
Okay.
No comment.
I'm on the other
We're
side
going
of
to
the
say Newport,
aisle.
you fucking racist motherfucker.
I'm on the other side of the aisle on Daryl on this one, though.
Really?
I don't see the Browns winning it. No, if you know anything about famous Jameis, this is a 3-pick week coming up. I think the Chargers win it pretty handily. They're not going to even try. They're just going to run it 85% of the time. Give me the Chargers like 17-9, something like that.
Is that the best defense in the league, the Chargers?
I don't know.
They're
playing the
they're both
Browns, so
pretty
this
good.
week they
I
will
think
be.
they might be.
And I'm on with Rich. I'm not picking the winner, but I do think it's going to be teens scoring. So the under 42. I could see 17-14, 20-17, somewhere range like that.
I kind of like the Chargers here.
Chargers on the over, probably.
Bolts, baby.
Not necessarily the over, but I like the Chargers. You know, I think Winston. I mean, that was a big bump. He's obviously a huge improvement. But Chargers D has been good. Chargers, I think I said it last week too. They're actually starting to pass the ball instead of run all the time. So I'm gonna at the 1.5. Why not? Why not go with Chargers here? That'd be a lean. And I'm gonna catch up on the chat here.
Quickly though.
It's been a lot of it. Yeah, I'm gonna go fast. I actually might have to run to the bathroom too on the next one here.
The little
We
boys.
might be crossing swords if we don't get this done quick.
Oh, you want to do it? That'd be fun. Stoop says New Mexico is in play.
Define fun, Jimmy.
Everybody has their own definition of a good time. He also says New England +3 against Tennessee. We talked about that. And he wins on Pittsburgh weekly. He picks Pittsburgh no matter what every week.
This is Gary or Jorel?
That's Snoop. This is Snoop.
Wow.
Jorel does the same thing.
This is Snoop.
Most
Shocking.
importantly, Mikey's Holiday Inflatable says, what do you think he's going to say?
He says, IH Dad.
Hola,
No,
papa.
he got it right this time.
Hola, papa.
He's hola, papa.
Moon my papa.
Great job on the decorations again, Mikey. Thanks for shout out, and I'm glad we spread your holiday cheer to all of our fans. So,
Yeah,
It was
hopefully we got
awesome.
you as one more subscriber. That'd be cool. Jarrell, if you're not doing anything, give Mikey's Holiday Inflatable a sub. So that's what I got. And next, we've got the Pats and the Titans. We talked about that. Commodes and the Giants. We didn't talk about that one.
Nope.
So here you go. Commodes and the Giants. Giants at home getting 3.5. Brian Dayball will be trying to lose any way he possibly can. 43.5 is the point total. Who would like to go first here?
That's one of my picks.
Don't.
Commanders all day, no sweat. Lock it in.
I think didn't these two teams play already this year? If so, I think it was a
they
close,
did.
very close game.
It was a close
though.
game. Commanders won.
I don't know why there's certain teams that just struggle with other teams. I mean, obviously, if I'm betting this game, you want to take the Commanders, right? I mean, the Giants are going nowhere, absolutely nowhere. But just like we talked about a week ago, the Raiders give the Chiefs fits. The Giants really do give the Commodes fits. So watch out on this one.
Rich is 100% spot on. 100%. But that's also factored into the line.
Hey,
It should be like 23. It shouldn't be
I don't remember.
3.5.
Did the Raiders cover last week?
I believe they
Yes.
did.
Because they
did.
only lost by a touchdown.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought.
just based on what's happened the first half of the season here, the Commanders should be a big favorite. But I agree with kind of what Rich is saying, but I think the line is probably right. It's factored in that everything is factored in, right? It's not a secret, and I would lean toward the Commanders, but believe it or not, even 3.5, if it was 2.5, I would. Sure.
I'm with you. I think that hook makes the difference in this game. I could see it being 23-20 type, 27-24.
Everybody's due for a correction, as Jimmy would say. Everybody. And the Commanders are certainly on a hot streak.
My question is, how many points can the Commanders score here?
49.
You think they can put up 50?
I don't know.
No. You think they think they can take the total by themselves?
Is relatively low. I mean,
it's a low total.
Yeah.
I think
they will score no more than 27.
They'll be low 30s. Giants 17, 20.
Right. So I think the Commanders are going to cover at 3.5. I would have to say. My question is, do you just go over the total?
I think you do because
I think the over is pretty good.
The Commanders are the perfect over team every week,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
and good offense, bad defense.
But no, their defense has gotten better though. I think
it's gotten better. But they were the bottom, the very bottom, and then they were about 3 spots below the bottom.
You're right. Yeah, I might say go. And he says that Silk says the Giants play sneaky good D. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, they if you look at their defensive points allowed, it's not that bad.
So it's one of these. What do you like more? Do you like the 4 points?
I like that over. I like that over now that you say that.
Yeah.
I'll take
look at last week. Look at
Rich take the under. Okay.
A couple games back, you were showing the Chargers, right? And it was like a 42.5 over.
Yeah, that one's that's not an over though.
No, but I mean that number's 1 point different than this game.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
I get you. Yeah, over. That's what I'm saying. Bears at the Cards. You guys get
I'm going to play that right now, Jimmy.
You guys get the whole time here. I'm going to run and use the bathroom real quick while you guys chat this one out. So it's going to be Cards only laying 1 or 1.5, depending where you look. And then 44.5 is going to be the point total there. I'm just going to put this on the wide shot.
Gentlemen, this is the ultimate I don't know.
Well, Rich, you got this as one of your...
Yeah,
it was your
one
pick,
of
right?
this is my pick against Jorel. So I'm not. I think the Bears have a little hangover after that loss, and the only reason the Cardinals at home, I think, they're kind of on a. I don't think they're a playoff team yet, but they're certainly in that division push, and Kyler Murray's having a little resurrection. I think they get the job done here. You only need about 20 to beat the Bears. Let's face it, Caleb Williams ain't putting up more than 20.
Yeah.
Not without that defense scoring. And
for that reason, I don't like picking this game, but I like the under because I do think it might be 23 to 17, somewhere in that range. So
Caleb been looking good for a few weeks,
but
and then
not
last
getting
week,
points.
Yeah, not as much, but
did you watch the end of that game when they showed his reaction though when they gave up the he's all there bitching out everybody. I'm like, you could have scored more than an offensive touchdown that whole game.
Yeah.
He looks like he's bitching out everybody on that defense.
He
like
could
you
have
didn't
done
do
a
nothing.
better job for the effort there.
You had one drive in the fourth quarter. You took the lead, but I mean, come on. I mean,
that was whack. They probably never had a lead in that game until the last
right at
2 minutes.
Yeah,
or what?
I think so.
Yeah, I kept looking at that one because seemed like it was always a 5-point lead by the Commanders.
I left the Lions game. It was crazy the amount of games that were coming down to the end of the wire. It was Miami and
we were tailgating. We put the red zone on, and it was just boom, boom, boom.
Well, yeah, New England, right? That game was Cleveland. Baltimore was down to the.
The guy was like losing his breath. He's like, I got to take a breather here. Just going bouncing back.
Quad box.
Don't forget about your Falcons. That was another one that has a Hail Mary that didn't get completed, but it was right there.
Falcons played who last week?
Buccaneers.
Oh, the Bucs had a chance at a Hail Mary?
Yeah.
They just don't have who was out there trying to catch it? An offensive lineman?
No, 3 running backs.
Buccaneers.
They were all 5'9".
That's the problem, right?
What's the cold time there?
You want to try it?
What is it?
It's a new one.
A new one by who?
From Revolution Brewing. That's a local to Chicago beer.
We didn't try this on our show.
No, I just bought it. It was a reasonably priced beer. But it's still like a good everyday type of beer.
Yeah,
give it a
thank
go.
you.
Did you guys wrap it up?
Oh, yeah.
Richie, do you need a beer?
I'll take one, sure.
What was the consensus, just out of curiosity?
I'm going under.
I don't know. I have Arizona. Tone says under, and Daryl just kind of talked about
Flip a coin.
Pretty good. I like
Hail
that.
Marys last week.
Yeah, nothing for me there.
I thought that the Cardinals were going to be a better team at home based on something you guys had said in previous weeks, but they're really just average at home too. I think they won 2 games on the road.
How about the Jags at the Eagles? The Jags at the Eagles. Now, the Eagles are laying 7.5. 45.5 is the total. D-Dub, go for it.
I think this is the biggest one to say, wow, that number seems like it should be more. Jacksonville. I know that they had a playoff victory a couple years ago. I know that the Panthers are worse and maybe even the Raiders, and maybe even the Giants, but I don't know. They're still probably the worst in the league, aren't they? I mean,
Jacksonville?
yeah.
Over Carolina?
No, I think.
How many wins does Jacksonville have?
2 or 3.
They're better.
2?
They're better than Carolina.
I was going to say 1, but maybe 2. And so.
And they got a running back named Tank. That counts for something.
Named Taint?
Tank.
Tank?
Get your mind on the gutter, mister.
Tank?
Yeah.
Tank.
Not the taint.
Tank. Are you saying tank?
Tank.
Tank.
With a K.
With a K.
Yeah, with a K.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you, Daryl. This is, I don't really get this line. Eagles have been hot. Eagles are they start off a little slow. Offense is coming around.
Lincoln Field.
It's at Lincoln Field. We all know that they boo Santa Claus, so of course they're going to boo the Jags. I mean, give me the Eagles on this one.
Did you know, Tones, that they have a jail inside Lincoln Field?
Inside?
Yeah.
Well, there's probably a lot of rowdy fans there, right?
I guess.
Probably love, but I'll take the Eagles.
That just
Double
means
double digits.
Everybody take Jags.
I'll just go against you guys and take the Jags just for fun.
There you go.
Lions and Packers. Do we need to talk any more about that?
No.
No?
Lions, lock it.
Okay. Rams at the Seahawks. I know we started to talk about that a little bit.
I think this is an interesting game, man. We talked about it off the air. I mean, I actually want to watch this game. It's a big division. I think everybody's 4-4 in the division. The Rams are 3-4 because they had a bye or something. So I want to see what happens in this game. I mean, I get it's amazing. Like 2 weeks ago, the Rams were like dead to the world. Now everybody's on the Rams all of a sudden.
Yeah, also they came to life. Like,
and the Hawks were what, 4-2? This 4-1 to start the year. I mean, if this game was 3 weeks ago, everybody'd be on the Hawks. Now everybody's on the Rams. So I lean Hawks, but I'm kind of interested. I don't know if I'll bet this game.
Seattle with the points at home, tough divisional. I would lean to the Seahawks myself. So
I thought the Seahawks were the pick last week, and
I don't know what happened last week. That's bad.
That's
Bills come out to Seattle and you get just crushed, right?
Yeah. I think the Rams are a better team, though. I mean, like a touchdown better team than they were with Cup and Puka in the game.
The offense is better, but the defense still sucks. They're not good on defense.
I mean, the last time when they played the Lions, you saw it. I mean, I think they were a pretty good team. And I don't know. I lean toward the Rams, but I probably wouldn't screw around with it.
I'm going to lean Seahawks, but I'm kind of with you, Daryl. I don't know if I'd screw around with it. I wouldn't screw around with it. I mean,
yeah, you would.
I probably would. I touched it inappropriately.
Mushroom stamp.
But Silk says mushroom stamp on the Rams. I don't know.
Does that mean the Rams
offensive
are
injury
getting
situation.
mushroom stamped in the face, or are they dishing
No,
out
I think
the
other way
mushroom
around.
stamp?
I think he's dishing the stamp.
Okay.
Yeah,
I gotta clarify.
Stamp has been dished.
Yeah.
Yeah, hard pass. Colts Vikes at home laying 5. Big horn sound coming up, and then 46.5 is the total there. Thank you. That was the extended cut. Pretty good.
I had some left too. You think I give Michael, what's his name, a run for his money? Let's get ready to rumble, fella.
Let's get
Michael
Buffer.
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 Did you know that's his brother that does the
These
UFC
are the
games?
top.
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
That's Michael
Oh, it
Buffer.
is? Let's see.
That's not Mike. Is that Mike?
Yeah, it's Michael Buffer. It does top picks.
Who's the original Buffer?
I
No,
don't know.
Mike's the original. His brother's what's his brother's name though?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh.
You didn't know that?
No.
Let's
Idiot.
get,
Doesn't seem right.
You're a ding dong.
Doesn't seem right. Rich, what do you think here?
I actually think this is a kind of an intriguing game too. I think we talked a little bit about this before the show too, Jim. Like Flacco makes a difference for that Colts offense. I hate to say it because I thought the guy was a terrible quarterback when he was at the Ravens and lucked himself into a Super Bowl in a good situation.
Sneaked
But since he's come back with the Browns last year, he puts up numbers, and the Vikings are. They're struggling. I don't like that 5. I'm not going to bet this game. What do we got for over under here? 46. That's about right. I hope the Vikings lose. I'm gonna be rooting for the Colts for the Lions purposes here. So no bet for me.
I would say the Vikings were playing as good as anybody before the Lions game, and then they fell in the trap of losing the week following, like everybody else, of playing the Lions. I think back at home, I think they regroup here and win by a TD. So
I always underrate the Colts. It seems like Titans, Colts, always the same two teams. I just can never get it. I feel like they stink so bad, and then you look, and then I think the Titans had a winning record last year. I think they had like 9 wins. I'm like, that's not the Titans team I remember.
Yeah, they fired their coach.
And for other reasons, like what Jim was saying about them starting. Who are they starting again?
Flacco.
Yeah.
Starting Flacco. I'm just not gonna get on the Vikings, but I don't think that the Vikings are totally gonna go back to the regress to the mean. But I'm leaving it alone.
I got no play here, but somebody needs to explain to me, because Snoop said the same thing. Why after a team gets beat by the Lions do they lose?
It's a hard fought
let's say
game.
physical, really physical game, and it wears out.
The frozen tundra. Of
Do you think they're just
Ford
worn
Field.
out?
Worn out physically.
I don't
Tough
know.
in the trenches.
It's probably just
I
a
think
weird
that's just
stat.
bullshit.
You're
but
going against but you're going against a tough offensive line. Wears out the defensive line.
They have a whole week though, Tom.
That's not a lot.
You can tell me the
recovery.
Titans are gonna be worn out after
Yeah.
they even show up in the second half. I mean, they got an extra half off.
Maybe you look
I
at
think
the.
I think that's
days.
a stat that Lion fans just love to kind of put their chest
There's
out.
trends. Jorel says there's trends
Well,
everywhere.
no, I agree. There's trends,
There's
but
trends,
I just
and
don't
trends
know
need to be
that
broken.
Well, yeah. Well, see,
I think
Jorel says
that-
that we bite kneecaps and smash teams. We're super physical.
Well, I think,
whatever.
but I think Tones makes a good point. The offensive line, and then in years in weeks past, they had some pretty strong defensive line play as well. Probably taking a little step back without Hutch, but the one thing I'll say, and I don't know, we're not talking about the Lions right now, but that was a little concerning when Goff got hit 3 times in the first 5 minutes of that game.
Yeah,
Our
yeah.
line didn't look good.
Did not look
right
good.
to start, but
It
they,
was
they
all
settled
one player, I
in.
think.
They settled in. So.
Oh, why don't they
Decker.
reach out to
Decker
the
didn't have
Titans?
a good first quarter.
Get their defensive linemen, and they seem like they were all over golf.
Yeah. That's a
That
good point.
dude in the middle is Horace, man.
Yeah.
And we got
Horace
our own
Mann, the
guy.
father of education? Horace Mann?
Is that right?
Yeah.
I did
Wow.
not know that.
Well, a lot of shit you don't know.
This guy seems like he could be a education first guy.
Okay.
Big boy.
I just don't see why playing us would have that much of an impact versus playing any other
We're
team.
tough.
Well, there's a lot of
don't
tough
know.
teams. I just think that's fucking.
The Lions
very
are not like a historically tough team.
No, where you're like the next week, you're like, we
I
can't
mean,
even win.
They could wear out a
right.
defense. They could wear out a I'll buy that, but that doesn't have any effect on team's offense.
Back in 1999, the Michigan State Spartans played in the Final Four against the Duke Blue Devils. The Duke Blue Devils were the #1 team in the country, consensus.
Okay.
And the Spartans were a top 5 team. And Jack Ebling said something before the game that was very interesting and maybe insightful into this point.
Yeah.
He said that whoever wins this game is going to lose because these two teams play such physical type of defense.
Okay.
And by God, the #1 Duke Devil,
Yeah, the Blue
Duke
Devils?
Blue Devils.
Somebody
won
is
that
Jorel
game.
having a stroke.
Yeah, you okay there?
He's seizuring out here.
It's not like Joe Biden over here.
Do we have some smelling salts?
I think Biden sounds a little more clear.
Mine's like Delaware,
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico, my homies.
Garbage.
Yeah.
Blue Duke Devils
The Blue Devils of Duke.
won that game.
Yeah.
#1 team in the country. They were 10-point favorites against UConn on Monday night.
Okay.
Well,
2 days
everybody
later.
loses to UConn.
And by God, UConn didn't even make it close.
But you said the key word there, though. 2 days.
Right.
That's a different animal than a week off in the NFL.
Yeah, but it's not a week off every week, Rich. Sometimes it's a matter of 4
Okay,
days.
Minnesota- you're right,
Sometimes it's a
Minnesota-
matter of 10 days.
Minnesota had 4 days off after the Lions, but everybody else has had 7.
Yeah, and that seems anecdotal there. That just sort of happened.
Anecdotal?
Well, yeah.
Spell it.
I mean, I couldn't spell it if you
You
paid
don't
me.
put trends in your models, Jim?
Not certain trends, because
depends on
listen.
the right
Okay, here's what
trend.
Jorel's saying. You are hurting after us. Science says the human body needs nearly a month to recover from an NFL game. I get that. So when you play super physical for 4 quarters, we legit smash teams, all caps. But then you have to say that there's other teams that are probably just as physical as us.
The 85
that
Bears,
legit
maybe?
smash teams, and then therefore the same would be true after you played them. And I just don't think it is.
I think that's something to be said. I think the Steelers, for example, always play a physical game.
Right.
They play smart on special teams.
So do you say a team that plays the Steelers, the next game they lose?
I would think that there could be something there. The numbers add up. I don't know.
No, I don't know. It's odd to say that you play us, then you're going to lose the next game. That just doesn't seem like that would be
Right. I agree.
Yeah, that was a long way to go where we all agree.
Yeah. I think that they playing in the trenches physically is.
I would not put my kids' education fund on a team that lost to the Detroit Lions the week before. Just put it that way.
No, of course not. Of course not.
But
I'm not saying it doesn't.
But
contribute.
UNLV, I would.
Of course, dude. The running rebels. They're the best.
If you're a
We're
gambler,
running rebels.
Just because Gary said so.
He said the NFL is dangerous as it is, but we are over the top physical on every play. Our wide receivers even are physical. I agree
We
with
do
you.
have
there.
some of the best
We're not
blocking.
the first team that has had 2 good running backs in the history of the NFL. Come on.
I remember Bo Jackson and Marcus Allen.
That was probably a better combo than Sonic and Knuckles, for sure.
You and my brother would say probably Herschel Walker, Tony Dorsett.
Don't think they were a combo.
They were a combo, but they weren't great. Tony Dorsett was already
How about worked
past
on
his
in
prime.
Ulster?
Emmett and Herschel were a combo for 1 year.
Say again.
Emmett Smith and Herschel Walker were a combo.
I think at that point he was mostly playing special teams, but
Great kickoff return. Eddie Murray.
average kickoff return.
Eddie Murray, I like that. How about Mel Gray?
Mel Gray. What was his ad?
Or no, Mel Farr.
Mel Farr, superstar. That's right.
No, but there was a Mel Gray kick returner that was really good, right, for the Lions.
Mel Gray,
Noah
absolutely.
Gray's a good singer too. Let's move on. What are
Okay.
you talking about? Let's
Yeah.
go.
All right, is the
Name
clock
that
rolling?
Gray?
Lions history
David
here.
Gray. I mean,
All right, Bucks at the Chiefs. We really haven't talked much about this one. You got the Chiefs laying 8.5 over at Arrowhead Stadium. 45.5 is the total. Who's opening their mouth first? Let's see. Who would like it? Who wants it? Tones wants it.
I'll
There it
take the points with Tampa. I think KC will find a way to win like they have. Close game at the end. They'll make something happen on the last drive, but the Bucks will keep it within a touchdown. So
KC defense too much. Bucks have no one to throw to. I don't think they get. I don't think they score enough to cover the line. So I don't think Mahomes is going to do anything special. But if he gets 24, this game's over. So I'll take KC on that.
Jimmy, we said that the Chiefs were due for a snooze, and by God, maybe that was winning by 7 to the Raiders.
Yeah, that might have been the snooze.
This is a similar type of game. Maybe they only win by 7 again, But tease it maybe. Wong that.
Yeah, Wong it,
that
wang
back
it,
to the Stone Age.
Wong that fucker back to the Stone Age.
That's right.
I got no idea what I would do here.
Wong it.
Maybe Wong it. Wong the Chiefs. Wang the Chiefs. 45.
Not wang.
That feels about. No, yeah, you'd be Wong.
What are you going to Wong it with? It's 8:15. Yeah, we got to match up a 4:00 game with that.
Let's see if there's anything that's either 1.5, 2.5, or 7.5, 8.5.
Snoop says Minnesota, New England, Philly. I don't know if those are Wongs or Wangs.
I think he's just naming the states that Trump's going to win.
New England. He's got to win New England.
how about the Nebraska one?
He's still answering the question from 45 minutes ago.
Oh, by the way, it's funny. Stoop says that Jorel took over Snoop's chat. I appreciate the participation here.
Well, we got our diehards,
Can we have Snoop and Jorel here live at the same time? Is that?
Oh my
that
God!
possible?
You'd have to put 7 hours aside for
Yeah.
that.
You think this show went long?
Especially
I'll
if
set
Trump
one out for
wins,
that.
Snoop's
Yeah.
going to be walking in with loose pants that day.
Right. Loose pants.
Ted Nugent gear.
By the way, that was Monday Night Football. That's it. We did it.
That was it?
Yeah, it was
Monday
done.
night. Oh, Monday night is the KC game?
That was Monday night.
Wow.
Yeah.
The numbers are back up on the screen over here.
The numbers.
How about that?
What numbers?
The odds.
I'm going to try the Red Wings
Behind
third
Richie.
period.
Yeah, I
Is this
fixed it, didn't I?
halftime here?
Nice.
The
Wings
Wings,
are-
made a comeback.
Oh, and Jorel does say that he's going Jags plus 7.5. And Snoop says every team that plays the Lions lose the following week. Yeah, we talked about that.
UNLV running Rebels.
I don't know if that has to do with that. But
That's why Snoop's not our college pick person of the week.
right, that's college football Joe. Hey,
Joe.
speaking of our picks, let's talk about our NFL top pick performance, guys. You got Richie. This is just for NFL. He's just down 2.96 for his lifetime. Last 30 days, he's up 0.74. 90 days, plus 1.22. It's pretty good. We're up. You're up for the...
Put it on his hat.
It
Yes.
is. It is on his hat and the thumbnail. Again, for the last week, because now it's the joke's old. Tito, joke's old. Tones, down 6.35 for his lifetime. However, this year, last 30 days, up 5, and last 90 days, up 4. So a good year thus far for Tones at the midpoint through the season. D-Dub, down 1.14 for his lifetime. However, look at this thing. That's what he said. Plus 13.95 for the last 30 days. Carrying the team, D-Dub. And then 4.19 for the last 90 days. So a good year thus far.
I'm kind of the man.
You are. You would say that you are the man.
We'll
And
just do
then,
my 30 minutes next week.
30 minutes of teasers.
yeah, wongs and wangs. And then I'm up 19 and a half, 2.82 for the last 30, 2.11 for the last 90.
Kind of pedestrian when you look at Tones and Daryl's numbers there.
Well, yeah, I know, but there's still a lot of season left.
That's true.
And if you maybe, I don't know, let's look at units risked. I'll go back here. I have 172 versus 118 and 113. Now, if you think about it like this, you could say they're trending in the right direction. So the more they wager, the better they're going to do. However, I don't think if you look at their history, that's probably not going to be the case.
Well, if Daryl continues to
say
hit
more.
8 more
That's
weeks
about
of
it. That's just
teasers.
saying. Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, I don't know. No, nothing. Okay, so you got Richie for NCAA.
Looking like the Dodgers are not going to win this game, by the way.
No, it's 5-0 in the bottom of the
over
fourth.
yet.
Plenty of game.
As Jimmy would say, there's a lot of game left to be
Lot
Was
played.
it
game
over
left
when
to
the
be played.
Germans bombed Pearl Harbor?
That's right, baby. Richie for his lifetime in NCAA. You are positive, my friend. Plus almost 2. Last 30 days, you're up 2.29, 2.3. In the last 90 days, down 1.52. Tones, plus 2.81 for your lifetime. Last 30 days and 90 days have been a little... last 90 days have been rough for you this year. Yeah. That happens. D-Dub down 6.62 for his lifetime, minus 4.5. And then for the last 90, you're about even. And me have not put a college football pick in besides college football Joe's.
A lot of pink on that screen, fellas.
A lot of pink, yeah.
We should work on that.
Yeah, we should.
Actually, I've been enjoying NCAA a little more than the NFL this year. Picking games.
You're enjoying it more?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It just seems a little... I don't know if it's just more of a bigger menu.
There is a much bigger menu,
Right.
for sure. For sure.
It's my personal opinion.
No, I hear you. Hey, we don't pressure anybody into picking NFL.
No, we make our own picks on our own.
Yeah.
We're
And
very
even-
independent.
You can even pick soccer.
You can. You can and you did.
I have, and it was a winner last time,
I
but
think so.
overall, it's usually not.
Yeah. Well, speaking of overall, let's take a look
Unless
at these.
it's MLS.
Richie, 324 through, down 25.5.
That's where all my charitable dollars goes.
MLS soccer, baby.
It's soccer, I think he's talking about. D-Dub, 301 units through, down only 6. Comeback of the story of the century has been D-Dub this last
I'm looking
year.
to get from out of the pink into the green.
I think you might, man. I think you might. You could do it theoretically this week or next week. You can make it happen.
I didn't add them up.
You can make it happen. Tones,
Goodbye, baseball. Hello, hot dogs.
I think oh yeah, there it goes.
Oh, no.
No, at the track.
It looked like he was just walking off, didn't it?
Yeah, it looked like he thought it was gone.
Little gust.
Here's the story of the lifetime
Little Gus Romeo.
of the lifetime board here. There's been a battle, and it hasn't changed hands yet, but there's been a battle between Rich and Tones for third place. It goes back and forth every week.
Well, it did change at one point over the last week, and then Tones just came storming back on Sunday.
Storming
I think
Norman.
that
because
was
his
that was like
games
midweek though.
He played
yeah.
all Sunday games.
Right.
I had nothing till
Yeah,
Sunday.
you had nothing till Sunday.
Well, same for one day. I know I climbed out of the gutter. It was-
You're really dialed into that.
yeah, that's okay.
well,
I get it.
most of my games are on Saturday, so I took a look to see. I honestly, I don't remember who I pick at the end of the week. So then I want to, I'll remember about 4 out of 6 of them, and I want to see who else I picked.
Felt good for that minute and a half. Minute and a half that he had.
A minute and a half is all I need, Daryl.
What's funny is none of Tone's picks went off that week yet.
He just assumed,
That was
based
funny.
on the past, that Toad's average was going to.
That was
I
presumptuous.
think we've been everybody's been crushing it, which has been great.
No. I'm happy that everybody's doing well. So Tones, there you go. 322 through. I only have 298 through, and I crossed 40 a few weeks back, and boy, that sure went the other way. I'm now at 36.76.
That's a testament to how well you've done, Jimmy. Is that last week you had a bad week, and that's just probably one of the few only
Really bad
1 in
week.
5 weeks.
1 in 5, yeah.
It's not like you.
It's unusual. Let's hope it doesn't stay that way. And then 1245 has been put through here on the numbers, guys, and really we're only down 1.43%. So as far as gamblers go, where only 1% of gamblers are positive long term, we are not that negative.
We got a chance.
Yeah, we got a real chance.
Jimmy has a couple good weeks here.
Might make us make something out of ourselves one day.
Networks keep us on for another 3 years.
Keep the lights on.
Yeah.
Keep the heat on up here.
Hit 700
keep the heat on.
subscribers in
Fucking-
2029.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be this hot in October.
Jimmy, it looks like you missed out on maybe 9 of Gary's comments in the chat.
Yeah, I'm going to try to edit this a little bit.
Is it offensive? Is it offensive?
Yeah, it's just kind of nonsensical or not necessary.
Snoop says the Giants are a play away every game. And then he
San
also
Francisco?
says they're talking about fantasy league and a keeper league,
We
blah,
should
blah, blah.
charge per comment.
It's called Super Chat. Check us out on Patreon and then get in the Super Chat. No, that's bullshit. And then, numbers, guys, and then shake that mushroom and a mushroom from Snoop now. Everybody's mushroom and stamp it in the chat nowadays. Okay. What do we got left? Oh, you know what we got?
These are the
Top picks.
We got some top picks, and D-Dub, you might have to... you know what I'm going to do here? I'm going to do this. Let me get out of this and then refresh our top picks. That way I have all of yours, because I think you put yours in after.
Put it up in there right at the last moment. So them numbers should be
You
good.
have the freshest odds. I'll give you that.
That's absolute. Unless there's a serious injury that occurred during the show. Those numbers should be good.
J-Mo was suspended for 8 games.
What's he on now? I heard he gave the cops a hard time.
Really?
I don't want to spread any rumors.
Really?
That's what my son told me.
Oh. Sounds like he was...
Tones, any insight there?
What's that? J-Mo?
About J-Mo, yeah.
He's kind of mature, dude. I mean, go from betting to...
He's busy.
It's like
an honorary numbers guy.
And then taking stupid pill, whatever it was. And then right after that, while you're suspended for 2 games, you go speeding through Detroit with a unregistered gun or whatever. It's like, what the frick, dude? Somebody have a conversation with that.
It was just a passenger.
Yeah, but you gotta grow up. You gotta grow up. Like, if I were suspended for doing something stupid, I would be on lockdown at home, making sure that there's no buffoon friends hanging out with me doing stupid shit. Okay, keep your friends away. Stay at home. Get through the suspension. Get back on the field, or you're not gonna get the. So his option year. So he's for sure locked in next year, and then there's an option year for a 5th year for rookie. There's no way the Lions are going to pick up the 5th year until he plays through all next season without having any issues. They'll be stupid to pick up the option until he goes a full year without any dumb suspensions.
The more you know.
Yep.
Did you hear about how he did you hear about how he paid that ticket? Straight cash, homie.
Well, I thought with crack.
Sorry, that was my Randy Moss reference.
All right, I got a question for you, D-Dub.
Yes, sir.
How you feeling tonight?
I would say good to very good.
Okay, that's pretty good. If I told you 2 teams, would you be able to tell me? Would you be able to tell me what Rich put in as?
Oh boy,
Let's try it. Let's do it. Let's try it.
So I'm going to stay quiet on my picks.
No, we'll give you your pick. I'll give you. I'll go.
Could be some
I'll go
misspellings.
pick by pick. I'm not worried about the misspelling. I want to see because I know you guys have been friends a long time. I want to see how close you guys are on each other's wavelength. Okay. All right. So it's Bengals Raiders.
Bengals Raiders.
What would Rich say?
Just tell me who you're picking, Rich.
Who I picked in this game?
Yeah.
I took the Bengals.
Oh, the Tigers. The Tigers of Cincinnati are running rampant on the Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah.
Holy shit! You're fucking kidding me. You gotta be kidding me.
Did he see these?
No, I swear to God, I did not show these to him. All right, Rich, here's your Rich, here's your pick, buddy. Go for it.
Yeah.
Raiders.
I usually would say the
Gotta
Bengals.
be kidding me.
Got like the Muggles here. I can't wait for the next one. I think we talked about this one, so let's move on.
All right, that's pretty funny. I did not expect Darryl to get that. Okay, moving on. All right, it's the Chargers versus the Browns. However, Chargers is the Chargers.
He likes the Chargers?
Yes.
Harbaugh sticking it in the brown.
Oh. No, that is incorrect.
Close.
Incorrect. Okay, Richard, you go Chargers.
Yeah.
You gotta give me partial for
Or
that.
Harbaugh and brown khakis.
Yeah.
Not quite. Nothing like the brownout of 2003.
Yeah. 1.5 unit play.
That was my 21st birthday trivia.
Was it 21st? We were having our second or third NFL fantasy draft.
I went to go buy beer at Myers with generators on at midnight because all the bars were closed.
I believe that the Mouse at the Palace had just happened the night before.
Yeah, it was right there. It was right there.
And Michael Vick had been hurt for the year.
I would throw a flag right now. I don't think that's right.
It was close.
Mouse at the Palace happened within a day or two of that brownout.
I don't think
for
that's
sure.
right.
Okay. Well, somebody look that shit up.
I'll look it up. It
think it
seemed
would've
like it
been
was pretty close to there, but
Very close
I
to
would
that.
think that'd be in like October, wouldn't it? Because the NBA, it wasn't in the preseason, was it?
Well, no, this was
happened in
August.
August.
that's true. That was
My
August. Your
birthday's
birthday.
August 16. I think it started on
Why
the
did I
15th.
why did I remember that though?
I think you might be about 2
I
months
think it
off.
started the 15th, the day before going into my birthday. I bought my first beer, Myers, at midnight,
Okay.
and they had generators going. It was half lit.
Wow.
lit
I'm guessing that wasn't an IPA.
Did you get a Heineken Zero?
I don't know. No, I didn't. Get
Same year though, I think. I mean, I think it was right. It was
Same
in
year.
March.
I don't know why I
I'd
put
buy
those
that.
two
Yeah.
together, but yeah, I guess Daryl would be right. So fair enough.
I hate hearing that.
Did you have anything you want to add to this one?
I
Rich?
hate to hear it.
Chargers -2.
No, we talked about that.
Yeah, we talked about it.
I don't know, nothing to add.
I don't know how I'm gonna approach this one. So it's
I don't think any of them are too.
now this week was not really your week as far as these go. Normally you're a little more creative.
I'm sick of Daryl railing on everything I say, so I'm just kind of
You
get.
just give
That's
up. No,
All
you
right,
keep
I'm
fighting.
just gonna put this one up there for you. It's,
Kamala keeps fighting.
Dukes.
Man.
Yeah.
We touched about this earlier. I really like Duke in this spot here. I think
I thought it
think
was
20 is a
James
lot.
Madison that you were taking there.
the Dukies, yeah,
Jeez, man.
Dukes at Canes?
Dukies, the Blue Devils, the Duke Universities.
Isn't James Madison the Dukes?
Oh,
They
he
are.
dropped it.
You're absolutely right,
judges?
Daryl.
That's
They are the
Horrible.
Dukes.
How do you drop
Horrible
that?
judge.
I think 20 is too much. Duke's a good team, and I think Miami might be looking past them. So I'm gonna take the Dukes there.
All right, and this one there's no comic relief here. However, this might be a ram it home.
Yeah, A-Burn. They're playing the A-Burn. So Vandy's been strong all year. I don't know why. Auburn's been not very good, below average at best. So I really like the Commodores getting 7 here on the road.
This almost feels like one that Rich looked at the wrong line on.
No, you can double check that.
I would think I would like this one too. If Vandy's a dog at all, really.
Yeah, they gave Alabama a decent game the other week too, right?
And last week was close against Texas.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't
They're
get that
expecting
line
a
off.
major letdown, apparently.
I guess so. That's why it's a ram it.
That's why it's a rammer. Okay, this one there is something. It is USC at Nebraska.
No.
No?
UCLA.
I'm sorry. UCLA. UCLA. That's atrocious.
Over, you like UCLA over Nebraska? No, opposite.
No. Correct.
The Bruins with the corn up their ass.
Oh, you're really close.
Wasn't far off, actually.
You're really close. I think,
You got to give it to him.
Yeah, I'll give it to him on that. Here's what it is. It had to do with corn.
Yeah,
like you would.
Not bad.
That's pretty good. That's pretty
Corn.
Half a unit. He's playing a half a unit.
Oh shit!
I ran out of units. Honestly, this is almost a ramming home for me as well. In fact, if I had more units, I would have put more on it. I saw this game at the end. I think this is a slam dunk. Put the bourbon, put the whiskey on the layaway or whatever they call it. Take it to the pawn store and the Huskers are coming off a tough loss to Ohio State, but. No, they actually hung with Ohio State, didn't they?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, tough loss.
Tough loss, and they had a chance there at the end to win it.
They were right in it, though.
Bruins suck. This is, I think the Cornhuskers take this game by about 26. My model shows 31, but I'm going to say 26.
Wow,
that's awesome. That's pretty funny. that you guys do. You're on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
Now, next week, Rich, you have to try to stump Daryl by picking something or saying something that you wouldn't think he would think, you know?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll give it a
That's
whirl.
pretty good.
that
Yeah,
base
yeah.
is juiced here in the World Series, by the way.
This might be the time to cash out Dodger picks.
I
if
hope
you got
Freddie
them.
Freeman isn't at the plate.
I think so.
Why would you go to third on that?
By the way, Silk says that the Sharps are pounding Duke as well. Some on the money line. Smart money will be on Duke. Vandy is a good team, but they are the dog. Rich just sold them. He just sold them. You selling me? And the Bruins do suck. Next up, Toads.
Jorel, if you call the tape hotline, we'll give you next week's free picks for free.
Why is Jazz Chisholm not watching the ball there?
I don't know, man. He should be locked in the World Series game.
Afraid at third base? He's afraid.
So the theme going on with the new teams, especially in the Big Ten, is they're traveling from West Coast to East Coast. I'm not picking Michigan to win by no means in this game, but 15.5 points. They've been a little better, settling down on defense in the second half. Little better offensive production. I think Warren and Orgy mixing it in. They were doing enough. I don't see the Ducks coming in winning by, 17-20. I think Michigan could keep it within 2 TDs at least. So
Wouldn't mind maybe sprinkling a little bit on the Michigan money line, but I'm probably not going to bet it the other.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows?
By the way, Silk says Oregon mushroom.
The key is
growing mushrooms.
The Don always seems to have a big game against a top team, so he may break a long touchdown. We'll see.
I'll tell you what, you and Rich on the same page on this one.
Yes, I'm all over the pesky Commodores, giving all the top teams fits. I would have even considered money line possibly. I could see them going into Auburn and actually winning outright, but I'll take the 7 points here.
Okie dokie.
I think Illinois is tough at home. Minnesota, I've seen them. They could be pesky, but I think the D of the Fighting Illini is pretty tough, and I think with the 3 points too at home, I like the Fighting Illini here.
What's the deal with that game?
They got a big D.
Big D.
Big D. Big D energy.
Yeah.
I don't understand though.
Why?
Isn't Illinois the better team?
I think so, and they're plus 3.
And they're at home?
And they're plus 3.
Why are they getting points?
Wow, I took them.
Maybe Rich knows the answer to this question.
I took the points.
Why is Illinois getting 3 points at home against Minnesota?
I kind of like Minnesota in this game.
Why?
I think Illinois is a fraud. I mean,
No,
you kind
I
of
don't
look at their
think so.
games. They kind of Purdue gave them a run for their money and they went in overtime. Minnesota's better than Purdue.
I don't know.
I don't think Illinois is very good. I think State's going to beat them in a couple weeks too.
Should they be getting points? Oh,
Illinois is getting 3.
Yeah, 3.
I thought it was -3.
No, they're plus 3 at home.
Okay.
So
Well,
I'm
I
taking
looked
the
at it
points.
wrong earlier.
By the way, I will put Silk's comment in here since he is an amateur professional handicapper. He says that the Vandy can be a money line for sure.
Yeah, I was almost
good
thinking.
feeling. Good team, sure. And then he loves that pick by Tones, Illinois. Good team, Tones, the other white Sharpie. He didn't say that, but that's the way I feel, Tones.
The other white Sharpie.
That's what I feel about you, buddy.
The white shadow, they call him.
Yeah, that's. I don't know. That seems like an Oppo line. You thought Minnesota's getting the 3 there.
Mm-hmm. Jets are dead. Texans will take this game outright. I don't need points. Money line. Mark it down.
Like that one, Tones. I like the way you look.
And as I mentioned earlier, Commodores will go in and win by at least a touchdown. Giants might hang around, but I think at least in the fourth quarter, there'll be at least a 7 to 10 point spread on this game.
Okay. All right. Oh, you got another one. I'm sorry.
I think one more.
I'm sorry. Yeah, one more. I do this every week.
And my Lions, I'm riding the hot team, and I think Love is a 50-50 shot, even if he plays no practice. And our offense is just clicking on all cylinders right now, and I think there's more trick plays in the playbook. I know we've shown a lot, but Ben Johnson said there's way more in that he could dig out, and I wouldn't surprised to see 1 or 2 this weekend. So,
all right, buddy.
Can I jump in for a second?
Like most of those, sure, of course. Yeah, what's up?
They just showed an Asian Yankees fan cheering on Ohtani getting struck out. Do you think he's conflicted?
that is probably a big conflict.
And the views of Rich are not necessarily the views of those of the numbers guys.
That was more of a question.
Can you confirm he's Japanese, though?
He was from Mongolia or Vietnam or Korea or, maybe.
Cut his microphone.
Does that mean they all like Japanese, though? If you're like South Korean, are you a Japanese fan?
I don't know.
You're kind of lumping everybody together.
Couldn't tell you.
You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Some of them are
an
bitter
Asian
enemies.
fella. I gotcha.
Yeah.
They raped their Nanking.
That's like saying we like all European countries and everything they do.
Right, and we don't.
We don't.
Yeah.
It's because they look like us.
Yeah.
What? The picture didn't cover. What the hell just happened here?
He's covering home.
He's pointing at the. Like, what's he doing?
What is he doing there?
There was a ground out to the first baseman, and he didn't. He just pointed.
Wow,
You can't be
weird.
serious right now.
We're a swing away from a tie. Oh, Freddie Freeman's at the plate with a
big
bases
rip.
juice
Big
here.
rip. All right, Dub, go ahead.
Would he go down in history as one of the all-time greats if he jacks one right here? That would be sick.
All-time playoff great. Absolutely. 6 straight games in the World Series
Is that what it is right
with
now?
a home run.
That's crazy.
So it must have been in his, Braves days?
Probably.
You
Got
already
the
gave this one
Dodgers
out.
money line, yeah.
Yeah, we'll skip this one. We don't need that one.
Well, they're down 1-5 is all I would say at the moment.
Yeah.
I got Kennesaw State. They are down 17 with the
Nice.
ball, but there's still a fourth quarter to be played.
Okay.
So it's up
We'll
to you.
see. We'll see.
It's up to you right now if you want to get down on that one.
Hey, what is do you have an in-game number?
In-game number is, hold please,
Yeah.
football,
Probably right around there, right? Did you say?
I saw
23 and a half.
23 yeah, so you're looking good. You're looking
you
good.
go.
All right.
There you go.
Oh, we got a parlay.
Oh, love them parlays.
Indiana.
This
Oregon,
one I
Washington.
actually would have had with Liberty if the game didn't start at 7 o'clock sharp when we started at show at 7:10. So I had to take Liberty out of the equation, and I believe they're going to lose that Jacksonville State game. My parlay is Indiana, Oregon, Ohio State. I figured really the game here to me is Ohio State, and the other two are probably sure things. I could see Michigan State winning, don't get me wrong, and I actually probably will sprinkle just a little on Michigan money line because the refs seem to love Michigan when they're at home. I don't know if you've noticed that,
No,
Tom.
I have never noticed.
The other one is Ohio. The Ohio State's the game in that one. I don't think Penn State should be 3 in the country. I think Ohio State looked horrible last week, but I think they were probably just getting set up for.
Oh.
Just getting set up for this this game.
Legend, man.
These errors are adding up for the
3-5 now.
Wow.
3-5 in this
Wasn't
game.
it like 2 errors?
Still in it, baby.
There's
Still
like
in
2
it.
errors.
Wasn't quite a donger, but that'll get him right back in the game.
Not a donger, not a wonger.
The Donger need food.
Or
What
wanger.
else we got, Jimmy?
You got this pick.
This is one that you guys don't seem to agree with. You could get the Jets money line at -120, but I just kept it that they're going to win by 2. The Texans are missing all their receivers, I think. Who's the one that Andre Johnson, is he playing?
I'm not sure
I
about
don't think
him.
so.
I don't think so.
I think the Jets are pretty bad, and the Texans are pretty good. But I think it's just a sort of similar situation. The Bucks we're looking at last week. The Texans are going to have to find a different way to win. So I'm going with the Jets.
Maybe Joe Mixon, you might say.
Yeah, he might have 300
I think
yards.
he's
rushing.
got a better he's a better running back than.
It was a fun one, Daryl.
Gonzaga. This is the kickoff.
Tip-off.
College basketball, Tones, are you familiar?
Slightly.
Gonzaga, they lost their best player. Name strikes me at the moment. That was a very terrible error there by your boy Judge, Jimmy.
It's kicking it around, as Jim Leland would
It's
say.
his home.
Gonzaga, they lost their best player, but they also added a guy from Pepperdine who's used to scoring about 15, 16 points a game. Baylor, I don't know, Rich, I know you're from Texas.
Baylor Bears?
Baylor Bears lost
Waco, Texas?
about 8 or 9 players from last year's roster.
But they played in one of the coolest stadiums
They brought
in
in
college,
that
so makes a difference.
Roach fella from
Duke.
from the Dukes,
The Dukies?
and they also brought in somebody else that you actually would know. I can't remember his name either. The
Not
point being
Haggard.
here is, I think so. These two teams are like
How much of that did he get?
6 and 7.
Going back? Dodgers? The Dodgers have a chance to tie
Ground rule
it.
double, possibly.
He says come around 5-4, 5-5.
Holy frick,
Holy
dude.
shit! Was it bottom of the fifth?
Give
Bottom
Aaron
of the
Judge
fifth.
an extension
Yeah.
after that
Woo! Dodger train coming through.
As Jimmy
Wow.
would say, it's only the 5th inning, brother.
It's plenty early.
They blew
Five,
5 runs.
5-5.
5 runs in the inning. Holy shit.
So
Playoff
I
baseball,
hate
baby.
to take up too much time, but it is college basketball. It's the first game, so I'm going to just say Gonzaga is like 6 in the country, and Baylor's like 7. It's a pretty big game. I think with Baylor having so much change, transfers in and transfers out, departing and whatnot, recruits, I think it might just take him a little while longer than it's going to take Gonzaga. Not as much change in Spokane. Give me Gonzaga -3.
Okay. And real quick in the chat here, Snoop says he pounded all of Western Kentucky, WKU.
I think the kids are saying hammered.
Oh, hammered. Is that different than pounding? I
Yeah,
don't know.
hammered.
Depends. Hashtag me too. He also says that he legit has that same bet as you, that parlay.
I think he's saying hashtag me
No
too.
way.
Legit.
Seriously?
I'm not fucking around here.
Hey, great
Doug.
minds think alike.
Wow. And then Snoop in the chat says that Aaron Rodgers does mushroom with the mushroom emoji therapy. And then Silk laughs and says facts. And then Snoop says that he was, we really should get Snoop and Silk together. I think that would be pretty funny. And then he was watching him at mushroom camp, all gathered in a tent.
Under a cloud of smoke.
Yes, sir. Okay. Here's what I got. I got Titans 3.5. Talked about this one already. I don't think
Never
I need
bet
to
on the
get into this
Titans,
one.
yep.
I agree with you. I know it's hard.
Remember
That's
the
what she said. Texans +2. Dude, the Jets are fucked.
This is at Fanatics?
That's where I got
Isn't
it
that
earlier
a clothing
today.
company?
Well, yeah, they do clothing. Their coaching's effed. I know there's no Diggs, no Collins, but they still have Dell and one of the best tight ends in the league, Dalton Schultz, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is he one of the best?
Yeah, I'd say so.
He's up there.
I'd call him elite.
Richie? Dalton
What?
Schultz? One of the best?
Yeah, he's
No.
he's one of the best.
Thank you.
Best
I
what?
forgot.
Tight ends.
Top 7.
No, he's not very good.
Okay, all right.
Not fantasy
I
stat
agree with
wise.
Rich.
Well, maybe
for
not
once.
fantasy stand wise. Okay,
Or I mean, he's like middle of the pack. Put it that
Middle
way.
of the road.
middle of the road. I call him
Mediocre.
middle of the road. Houston's D, second in DVOA, Daryl?
Number one is the Commanders? Who is it?
No.
Chargers, I mean.
Probably Chargers, Chiefs got to be right up there. But they're number 2. Houston is.
I'll buy it.
My model, which I looked at earlier before it got fucked up, was Jets +2. So the wrong team's favored. And I know this is a square. Take here, guys. I get that, but I just don't see it. The Jets have so many problems. And I think this is different than comparing when the Saints lost their 2 receivers than when the Texans lost their
Texans are just a better team.
2. Right. Their defense
you got
is
Mixon.
great. You got a good running
Dalton
game.
Schultz, apparently.
But
yes,
is
you do.
it comparable to when the Bucs lost their 2 receivers?
No, I don't think so. Because, as Rich just said, the Texans actually have a running game.
Mm-hmm.
Buccaneers are all running backs.
No, now they are. Yeah, now it's all
They
running
always
backs.
were.
But
They had three running backs.
I think Stroud can get it done without. I mean, I don't. Is Tank Dell and another cat really great receivers, or is it
Nico?
more of a?
Pretty good.
Well, Nico's pretty good.
Or is it more of a CJ thing though?
Well, I think that's part of it.
I mean, you
too.
put Adam Thielen on the Titans, he's going for 1,200 yards.
It's Diggs. It's Diggs though. It's not Tank. Right?
I'm sorry, Diggs was hurt.
Diggs is
Right.
good. Diggs is good.
But if you're comparing,
He's all right.
if you're comparing Baker
His best days
and
are behind him.
Rattler versus CJ,
Right.
who's still throwing to these shitty receivers or less than average receivers, I think that makes a pretty big difference. And I you know, what I'm saying, I think
What
at
about
worst
Baker?
case, a pick 'em here.
Baker Mayfield.
I said Baker.
You ever heard tell of him?
I don't think he's nearly as good as CJ Stroud is. At least
Good
not at this
progressive
point.
commercials though.
Yeah, pretty good. So I think you got to go Texans +2. And again, I think I'm probably against the Sharps.
Is this Keith Hernandez?
This is
batting?
Kiki Hernandez.
Oh,
Keith.
He's got the glasses on, sexy specs.
Jorel says that Nico Collins is tier 1. Yeah, of course he's tier 1.
Keith,
he's awesome.
Hernandez one time got caught up in a spitting incident.
That's true. And ask Jorel what he thinks of Diggs. Is he tier 1 or is he now
No.
tier 2?
Diggs is a
Definitely-
superstar
definitely
route
tier-
runner and is
tier 2.
And Dell is like Downs on Indy. A
What?
damn good receiver. Yeah, I agree
Who's
with that.
got Down syndrome?
Nah, nothing about Downs. Okay, so
Oh.
this one I don't usually do same game parlays, but I thought you know what, let's do some correlated SGPs on this because that's the way I would want to do it. So I got Rodgers under 233.5 passing, and then Rodgers under 21.5 completions because obviously those
Yeah.
two are related.
I'm
And
surprised you
could
got a plus 155 on that. They seem to.
yeah, I thought that was a little wrong, right?
Right. You'd think when you go the opposite way, it would increase the odds.
Yeah. Yep. So plus 155, a correlated SGP. I'm going that route. And then
Is he going the opposite way, though? Isn't he going the appropriate way?
No, because he's saying he's under and under.
yeah, under and under.
So that would be the correlated way.
Yeah.
So that instead of it being
No, that's what I'm saying, but I'm surprised you
it's
got that
correlated.
high of odds for it being linked like that.
Yeah, that's what you want to do on the same game parlay. You want them to correlate.
but if it was, it would be +2. It should be +2 something, right?
Yeah,
Not
usually.
+150. So
If it was completely not correlated at all,
Right.
Yeah.
it would be +2 something. But I'm
Yeah.
saying that those two are so linked that at plus 155 or plus 160, that's a great deal.
I feel like that's a pretty big difference.
Well, that's a big difference. But you got to
But
figure
you're getting
if
the
you-
correlation.
right. You're getting the
He's
correlation.
betting against human. What was the word?
Achievement under.
Human
betting
fun.
against
Yeah.
human
But on this one,
achievement.
let's talk about crazy correlation. How about Cousins over 247.5 passing?
Wow.
And if he's going to do that, that means that London, and I know this has been a bad pick the last couple
little
weeks.
thorn in your side.
I ride Drake London, but over 66.5. And I think Bijan is also going to get over 24.5.
Where's my boy Pitts in this? He's been hot.
He's been hot, as has Mooney. Unfortunately, London hasn't been the receiver of choice.
London
in
has
this one.
fallen.
But the Cowboys, and again,
Good movie.
I'm assuming Parsons no go. Although if Parsons comes back, then that should put more focus on the run or stopping the run anyway.
You think the odds
So-
would increase on that? If Parsons.
That's Parsons is
Yeah.
back. Yep. So I'm going to go over because again, obviously, if Cousins is going to be
I think
over
you're
his
good here,
passing,
Jimmy. This game's going over.
thank you. That's plus 320, and
Like
that's all I got. And those are the top picks. Did I do that? Did
Good
I do it
job.
now?
These are the top picks.
I need a those were the top picks.
Those
All right, let's go out and get a
Was
cheeseburger. Anybody got some shout outs? Richie.
Congratulations to Ike Junior Varsity finishing up their season. And that was it. That was Tuesday. End of the season with a nice kill. Good job, Rachel. Well, on to the club season.
Yeah.
Shout out, Rachel.
Shout out, Rach.
Shout out.
Happy Halloween to all the young listeners out there. Hopefully you have a good, safe night tomorrow. And whatever happens next Tuesday, let's all just get along.
Shout out.
That's a good point.
What are you talking about? We're going to have voter fraud if one side wins and the other.
Yeah. Could be both ways now. Remember
Both
that time? Remember that
parties
time? Who was
will-
that? Bush Gore? Yeah. Remember
Hanging
that time there
chads.
was hanging chads and
Hanging chads.
bullshit too?
Yeah.
So
But,
Shout out.
but you got to say that Gore was a pretty honorable man. He didn't really make any kind of stink about that.
No, yeah, as soon as
there was a
the
bunch of
Supreme,
lawsuits.
well, Supreme Court judge,
No,
once
not
the
by
Supreme
him.
Court,
Oh, not
He was
by
the
him.
guy
Not
that
by
was
him
actually
personally.
certifying the election.
Right.
Shout out.
Right. Yeah.
Pretty honorable and admirable.
Well, he was a billionaire because he found the internet.
invented the
Shout
internet.
He found
Shout out Al
probably-
Gore for founding the internet.
Shout out.
Probably found some
Created
cryptocurrency over the
He
years,
probably
too.
did. Yeah. Yeah.
Mining for gold. Do I have any shout outs? Shout outs
Yeah,
to
do you?
Devil's Night?
Angels.
Sure.
Angel's Night? Let's go. Jimmy and,
Hooligans night.
Jimmy and I are going down to the inner city. We're going to burn down some
That's,
vacant house. Vacant!
Burning it
Shout
all
out.
down, baby.
That-
Burn it down.
The Coleman Young era is long gone. Sorry.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. R.I.P.
And don't forget, however you may lean this Tuesday,
Lean back.
remember, Donald Trump
Lean on me.
Shout out.
To
pardoned
Donald Trump.
Kwame Kilpatrick.
He did.
So
So if you love Kwame, vote for Trump.
you know
Yeah.
where your
Nonpartisan.
loyalty lies.
It's amazing that Kwame is now supporting Donald Trump.
He is.
Isn't that crazy?
That's
I don't know
weird.
how. I don't know how that would have happened.
Wasn't he a Democrat?
He was
I can't
not
connect the
anymore.
dots.
I can't connect the dots either.
Can't trust a Democrat.
No, we're not going to say what I think
Turncoat.
there. I just want to. I'll give a shout out to Silk and Snoop.
Shout out.
How about Bobby
Double.
Ferguson?
Shout out.
Hey, Bobby Ferguson, remember that guy?
Who's
And,
that?
Solid dude.
RFK, shout out.
I
And
don't
then
remember Bobby Ferguson.
The Rattlers of Florida A&M.
I know that Silk wants to shoot out Purdue women's basketball. Marie Petree, LFG with a lot of fucking G's there, buddy.
Shout out.
So yeah, she's a player. Antonio Brown for Trump, Snoop says, and then Mikey's Holiday Inflatables.
Le'Veon Bell,
Shout
too.
out.
Definitely want to. Yeah, a lot of the
Killer Bees. Ben Roethlisberger. He's
know.
a Trump guy.
at Mikey's
Oh, yeah.
Holiday Inflatables on YouTube tones, and then there's some numbers after. You remember those numbers are?
I will.
I can tell you. Hold on, I can tell you.
Ben was the guy that actually went and got Stormy for Trump.
Oh.
Did you ever
really?
read that story?
No, I didn't know that.
He walked her to the room.
Oh, it's
Jeepers.
822. Mikey's Holiday Inflatables 8228. Sorry.
8228. So at Mikey's Holiday Inflatables 8228.
Shout out.
Check it
Shout
out.
out.
Hey,
Subscribe.
Jimmy,
if you like
shout,
inflatables.
shout out to you.
Well, thanks, pal.
Shout out.
You bought some of my daughter's cookies.
I did.
She raised $500 for charity.
Oh, shout out
Shout
for
out.
charities
It
that
was
she's
for the Donald Trump election campaign.
good for her.
No,
Good
no,
for
that's
her.
not right.
Shout out.
I can't remember. Something Harvest.
Great
It's
Harvest.
charity.
Bread company.
Forgotten
Forgotten
Harvest.
The
Harvest.
bread.
Yes, yeah.
That's why you didn't remember. It was forgotten.
For,
Sorry.
I believe it was for celiac disease.
Snoop also says, shout out to Mrs. Dubs for the Trump vote. And then Silk saying burgers where we haven't talked about it yet. I don't know. We'll figure that out. And then I just want to shout out Gagu because I know they're going to close on that place up north. And,
Aw. Are you going to go visit
I have
one
a
more
feeling
time?
she's probably going to be a little sad.
You gotta
No,
go visit.
they're going Friday.
Aw.
Is it sold and ready to roll?
All done, ready to roll.
It's a nice place.
She hasn't been up there in a long time, so I can appreciate
I'm
that.
glad I was able
what
to
that's
take
gonna
one
be
trip
like.
up there and check it out. It's a cool
And
place.
if
Yeah.
it closes by Saturday, she's putting it all on the Running Rebels, baby.
Shout
All
out.
on UNLV per Snoop. So we'll be back next week, guys. Next
On
week.
Thursday?
Is it
It's
normal?
going to be Thursday. We're going to be on long rest.
normal. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Ides of November.
So even if we play the Lions this week because we're on extra rest, it shouldn't factor.
It shouldn't factor into the equation. No. But we'll definitely see you guys next week, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a happy Halloween.
Good night, everybody.
This is RFK saying get the vote out there for Mr. Trump.
I left your mic open. Just for that.